Top link bar episode 11. Chapter 201. Tran Lo Huo Refining Notes. Currently knowing the existence of the clansmen of the Qi Shui True Scripture, only Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minh Bien, Vuong Minh Jiang and Vuong Truong Phong do not know. Vuong Chengsheng has been promoted to the first level for a few years. The wise know that there is a problem. The second-grade pill medicine is of great value. The Vuong family can't spend so much spirit stone to buy the elixir, the most important. That is, the second-grade pill is extremely rare, and a few special second-grade pills need to be pre-ordered. It's not the medicinal pill, only the qualifications and the gong are left. Vuong Truong Sin's quality is not very good. At this point, Vuong Truong Phong and Vuong Minh Jiang both know. Since then, only the practice remains. Vuong Chengsheng breathed a sigh of relief and told the source of the matter once, but he hid the true identity of the Qi Shui Jing Jing, and said that it was only the ancestors who passed on the gong. Only a powerful divine consciousness can be cultivated. Can a divine consciousness grow stronger by using the divine consciousness to practice this practice again? Vuong Minh Jiang asked curiously, his eyes revealed an expectant look. Seeing Vuong Chengsheng's cultivation speed, Vuong Minh Jiang wanted to say that he didn't admire it, that was fake. In theory, it is possible, but this practice requires a large amount of heaven and earth spirit water to assist. If the divine consciousness's strength cannot keep up with it, and forcefully cultivates, it will explode and die. The three ancestors of the past is to forcefully cultivate the Qi Shui True Sutra, die violently. 21 uncles urge you to start cultivation from the first level. Cultivation to the fourth level takes a lot of time. The third ancestor in the past, from the Qi refining period to the Truc County period, he spent tens of thousands of spirit stones. Of course, if you want to practice the Qi Hui Shui Chan Sutra, there is no problem. I will take this Hui Shui Chan Sutra's cultivation method for him, but this set of exercises is our family's top secret. Can't be revealed. 21 Uncle, big brother, you can't say half a word to the outside world. This is the calendar of the great ancestors constantly advising things. Vuong Chengsheng said solemnly. I know this matter is heavy and light. I didn't expect that our royal family still has a set of geography gong laws. If we let the immortal sect know this matter, we will definitely cause trouble with us, but longevity, fast. Your cultivation level is too fast. It is easy to attract people's attention. If you want to practice a method to hide the aura of the gong fa, it's really not possible. Then say you are a member of the water spirit, unless high-ranking cultivators take the initiative to investigate, and even cultivators of the same rank will not find out the truth. I thought so too. I let my father send someone to buy this practice, but unfortunately, the two families ran too fast and didn't let us leave a set of exercises. When Vuong Chengsheng said this, a regretful expression appeared on his face. Vuong Chengfeng patted his shoulder, smiled and said, 9 brother, can swallow the royal family. That's great, we know the backup method, they also know the backup method. In the future you focus. It's fine to spend time refining some magic items and the second rank koi lay beast. Other matters, leave it to me and my 21 uncle. It's the most important thing that you raise your cultivation base. If you have the earth grade gong technique, plus the support of heaven and earth spirit water, you have the hope to advance to the pill stage. That's right. Chengsheng, leave the rest to us. You can spend your time refining some magical weapons and second rank koi lay beast, and use the other time to practice. I already know, you don't have to work too hard. The three of them chatted for more than half an hour, then broke up. On the second day, Vuong Truong Phong sent 20 cultivators, most of whom were members of the royal family, and a few of the royal family, ran to Tan Wei Ward, received 10 samples of Lindeen and 3 facades. Shop. Spring goes and autumn comes. 5 years pass quickly. In the secret room, Vuong Truong Sinh was cross-legged on the top of the bed. In front of him scattered several large blocks about the size of a metal fist, and a few porcelain vases. Violent flames surrounded the two Duong lot, and the heat wave rolled. A moment later, he just pressed the magic spell. A magic spell hit the top of the Ziyang furnace, the flame extinguished, the top cap flew up, and a large piece of golden liquid flew out from the inside. Under the control of his divine consciousness, the golden liquid twisted and transformed, divided into 3 battalions of golden liquid, slowly condensing into the form of a flying needle. He threw a blue porcelain vase on the ground into the air, several magic spells hit it, and a large piece of blue liquid flew out from the porcelain pot inside. The blue liquid twisted and transformed, divided into hundreds of groups of blue liquid, slowly turning into blue-colored spirit marks one after another. Go. Vuong Chengsheng gave an order. Over 100 blue-colored spirit marks flew towards the 3 golden-colored flying needles, flashed and disappeared into the golden-colored flying needles, and the flying needle blue light magnified, turned into blue color, sparkling light. Finally succeeded, the entire set of blue moon artifacts. Vuong Chengsheng breathed a sigh of relief, and his eyes revealed a hint of joy. The difficulty of refining the 5 fine needles is relatively high, the difficulty of the whole set of 5 fine needles is higher. He has failed several dozen times before, only this time has successfully refined this set of Lanwei needles. 555 is a powerful human yin, small in volume, not easy to detect. In this set of mid-grade flying magic tools, Vuong Chengsheng is refining it for his own use, his opponent's means are too few. In addition to flying the magic weapon, he returned to refine the defensive magic tool, but unfortunately could not succeed. Lam Ban Yen Wei Knife, Zon Nok Chain, Lan Wei Wheel, Qinggu Palace, Qingguang Mirror, Kim Kwang Sword, Diamond Specialized, Lan Wei Pearl, Lan Wei Sword, Blue Lotus, Gathering Sound Lake, Zon Bang Period. This is his body with all the magic tools, there is no high-grade magic tool. After entering the 4-tier bamboo foundation, the effect of diluting the Xuanian spirit water is not so good. After 5 years, he is still the 4-tier bamboo foundation. He usually also refines and produces fiends, most of the time is in cultivation, and spends time behind the scenes to guide. The royal family and the royal family were busy with family members, as the king added 3 more cultivators and immortals, and in the secular world there were also 2 fake spiritual roots, belonging to Tan's self. Vuong Minjiang changed his practice to Kui Shui Tru Sutra, but the spirit of heaven and earth was very sparse. Without the support of heaven and earth, his cultivation speed was relatively slow, only cultivating to the 3rd level. This is the reason why he was Truc Co. Vuong Minjiang will sometimes ask Vuong Chengsheng to ask for advice on cultivation, and encounter confusion. Vuong Truong Sinh has no hidden secrets, and honestly answers. It is a little regrettable that Vuong Minh Bien sent people to buy only a few copies of the Hoang Pham New Hong Kong FAP. There was no spirit in the aspect of the Gong method. This is not strange, unless the property is confiscated and the whole family is killed. If the Gong is not good, it will not spread at all. The main idea is that the royal family purchased a copy related to the classic book of Qi refining. Tran Lo Hua Refining Qi Luke is this version of the bibliography. This book is compiled by a guy called Tran Lo Hua Monk. This person is a monk who is a monk, but he is obsessed with alchemy, and in terms of refining, there are many wonderful ideas. The most interesting to Vuong Chengsheng is that this person introduced the concept of water refining system. Vuong Chengsheng watched all of Tran Lo Hua Refining Qi Luke. His brain was wide open. He somewhat admired Tran Lo Hua. This person's cultivation is not high. The level of Qi refining is also high, but it is unreasonable. The argument is very strong. Calling it the Grand Master's theory is not too much. Tran Lo Hua fell in love with Qi refining, took up Qi refining's cultivation base, traveled to many countries, had a wide range of eyes, compiled a copy of Tran Lo Hua Refined Qi Luke, which eventually fell into the hands of the royal family. Even if the theory is good, he also wants to test it through practice. Vuong Truong Sinh temporarily doesn't want to test Tran Lo Hua's wonderful ideas. He took back the Lan Yu needle and the refining materials on the ground, got up and went out. He intends to refine a few second-order koi-level bugs of the rank of Vuong Minjiang, then stay in seclusion for a period of time, and take advantage of his cultivation to increase his cultivation level to the 5-floor foundation. Chapter 202. Princess Vuong Chengshe Truc. As soon as Vuong Chengsheng came out of his residence, he saw Vuong Minjiang rushing over. 21 Uncle, are you here to capture the second-rank Kui Lei beast? I'm going to give it to you. Vuong Truong Sinh's residence is not far from Vuong Minjiang, just a few steps away. Vuong Minjiang shook his head and said with a smile, Chengsheng, Chengping and Trong Toyat are back. Second sister and 10th brother have returned. 35 Uncle here. The royal family of the Bok Lin sect persuaded the 4 immortals to stay for later. The Bok Lin sect rewarded Vuong Truong Toyat with a day of Truc County Dan, and Vuong Truong Toyat used the rear, favorably Truc Co. After Vuong Min Long and Vuong Truong Bin bowed to Bok Lin sect, Vuong Truong Toyat of course took good care of them. Thanks to their relationship, they found a task to relieve them. 5 immortal cultivators brought to Ning province, in which the royal family of the Wulong Valley occupied the headquarters of the Lin family, and the 5 foreign cultivators of the immortal clans and the Ning province native cultivators of the immortal clans joined the family. The fastest speed of integration in Nin Chao. Currently, there is no Song country, only Wei. The native cultivation immortal family wishes to have a relationship with the Wei kingdom, very happy with the 5 foreign cultivators of the immortal family. Vuong family is no exception. The royal ancestor was a disciple of the Bok Lin sect. In the middle of the war, he was able to take over the Hong Yi leader in the middle of the war. After the Lin family withdrew to Ningzhou, the Vuong family had 3 Truc County monks, became the most powerful of the immortals, and was persuaded by the Vuong family to stay in the 4 immortals, so they took the royal family to stand. Head. The royal family Hoang Duc Ki personally went to worship Vuong Truong Sinh, wanted to follow the royal family. Vuong Truong Sinh did not refuse. Vuong Truong Din married Hoang Duc Ki, Hoang Duc Lan's brother. The 2 families frequented. Busy. The 2 families later became family relations, and the royal family worshipped at Bok Lin Gate Truck Company. The clansmen had a little respect for Vuong Truong Toyat. The 3 of them walked hand in hand, and the future was sure to be better. Afterward, King Truong Toyat Truc County had returned once, but Vuong Truong Bin and Vuong Min Long had a mission in his person, unable to escape, and had not returned home for several years. No, Ming Long has another item refining job, can't go back. Chong Shui comes back this time, looking for your help, you know her when you see her. Not long after, Wang Changsheng at the conference room met Vuong Truong Toyat and Vuong Truong Bin. Vuong Truong Toyat is currently the first-floor truck company. The 5 senses are exceedingly sophisticated. Vuong Truong Bin is a 9-layer refiner. The distance from truck company is already a step away. Maybe it's been too long since he's been home. He looks a bit sloppy. Second sister, 13th brother, are you close enough? Wang Changsheng put a smile on his face and said a polite sentence. Still, 9th brother, we're back this time, looking for your help. Wang Changshe once a year in 11 told the source of the matter once. After entering the Bok Lin Gate, taking care of Vuong Truong Toyat, Vuong Min Long and Vuong Truong Bin both found some relief in the task, but Vuong Truong Bin felt that the monthly contribution points were too low. He planning to hunt and kill demon beasts, this kind of donation points quickly. Vuong Truong Toyat was worried that something would happen to him, accompany him, kill demon beasts to get 2 people's contribution points 7, 3. They specialize in burning the action of the first-order demon beast. The first time is safe and unharmed. Once by accident, when they were chasing a demon wolf, they accidentally discovered the lair of the fire, inside. There is a second-order middle-grade Hua Yan Chu. There are also a few hundred-year-old flowers of fire, and fire flowers are the refining of the second-order low-grade pills, which can also be used in making spirits. The 2 of them naturally couldn't catch the second-order middle-grade fire flame Zhou, but they thought of Wang Changsheng and Wang Mingjiang. Wang Changsheng is already a 4-tier bamboo foundation. Once entering the Ghost Abyss, also participated in the Great War, successively rushing through the 6th-floor monster town. His strength can be seen speckled. The most important thing is that Vuong Truong Sin's cultivation is the water attribute Gong La. Vuong Minjiang and Vuong Truong Toyat's cultivation is also the water attribute Gong La. Water strikes fire, supported by Vuong Truong Sin and Vuong Minjiang. Killing the other fire flame Zhou is no problem. I thought, what the hell is this? I just made a set of magic weapons, so take this second-grade middle-grade fire flame Zhou to test its power. Wang Changsheng smiled lightly, very happy, and agreed to come down. Vuong Minjiang did not refuse, agreed to move on. Hearing Vuong Truong Sin and Vuong Minjiang's answers, Vuong Truong Toyat and Vuong Truong Bin were all very happy. Second sister, I don't need these 2 magic tools. If you don't hate them, stay safe. Wang Changsheng took out the blue moon pearl and the Lanyu sword and gave it to Wang Changshe. Wang Changshe and Wang Changping hunted and killed demonic beasts, and they didn't have many magical weapons in their hands. After all, he had a lot of magic weapons, and he didn't lack these 2 items. At the front line of the battle, Vuong Truong Sin achieved many pieces of Dharma. Vuong Minjiang and Vuong Truong Fong both captured 3. Vuong Truong Toyat returned to the time last time. Vuong Truong Sin brought a set of French darts. Gas level Vuong Truong Toyat. Chong Shui, look at how good Changsheng is to you. Wang Changshe thanked him, received 2 pieces of magic tools. She took out a yellow wooden box, gave it to Wang Changsheng, smiled and said, 9 brother, this is what you want me to help you collect materials. Bing Li Shi, 2nd grade middle grade ice tam tam silk, Zan Bang jade. The ice elemental refining material is relatively rare. Vuong Truong Sin still wants to refine a lot of ice element magic weapons, but he can't be satisfied all the time. Vuong Truong Toyat is a disciple of the Bok Lin sect and has come in contact with the Truc County monk quite a lot. Collecting ice system materials is a bit convenient. Vuong Truong Sin immediately asked Vuong Truong Toyat for help. Thank you, second sister. How many spirit stones are these documents? After hearing this, Wang Changshe frowned slightly. 9 Brother, this is what your sister doesn't like to hear. You give her a few pieces of magic tools, she helps you collect the refining materials and return them to you. Want spirit stone? Sister is that kind of person. Second sister, I don't mean anything else, I just think it's not easy for you in the 100 spirit sect, a little more spirit stone is good to turn around. Vuong Chengsheng smiled most shyly and explained. I am now a monk after all, and I have a certain amount of income every month, and again, the family gives me a spirit stone pen every year. Don't be polite with your sister, don't write a pen. Can you come up with 2 letters of the word Vuong? What is the politeness of people in the house? Truong Toyat is very right. You can't write 2 letters with 1 pen. You guys don't need to be too polite. Vuong Minjiang smiled and advised. Faced with this situation, Vuong Truong Sinh did not continue to persevere, thanked him, received a yellow wooden box. At night, Vuong Minjiang, Vuong Truong Sinh, Vuong Truong Toyat and Vuong Truong Phong 4 people gathered in one place, enjoying tea and chatting. Vuong Truong Toyat said once that Vuong Min Long and Vuong Truong Bin were at the Bok Lin sect, and Vuong Truong Phong once said that the royal family had developed in these years. Although Vuong Truong Toyat bowed to the Bok Lin sect, but the royal family would give her a spirit stone every year, so that she could practice. Second sister, your age is not small. If you meet someone you like, get married. When grandmother left, she always remembered to find a good husband's house for you, and her father has mentioned many times over the years. Vuong Chengshui's brows slightly furrowed, shaking his head. I don't want to get married. I'm not those mortal women. I must become a mother and have children. On the contrary, it's 21 uncles, big brothers and Jew. Brother, the 3 of you must also be a member of the family, because of the new blood increase in the family, especially the old 9 and 3rd judges. She really wants to hug her grandson. 9 brothers, saying bad words, taking advantage of Tam the judge is still on. You become a family, she will definitely be very happy. Unlike me, she can't wait for my big brother to start a business that day. Vuong Chengsheng heard this, smiled and nodded. A beautiful figure appeared in his mind. How could he not think of starting a family? Looking at his parents getting older and weaker, he was helpless, he felt very uncomfortable in his heart. Vuong Min Bin and Lu Thoner are over 60 years old, their Truc County ratio is very low, the best result is naturalization. Lu Ton Nhi personally pushed through Vuong Truong Sinh to establish a family, but was always tried by Vuong Truong Sinh to find a reason to cover up. Anyway, having to go out for a while, he planned to go to the Vuong family to visit Vuong Nguyen after the story was successful. Chapter 203. Fire Flame Chut. Vuong Minjiang frowned and said with a strict tone, Chengsheng, Vuong family has separated. Staying in Lan Yu Lake Vuong family strength is still not comparable to our royal family. If you are true like Vuong Nguyen, 21 uncles came to the door on your behalf to ask for a friend. Get or not a sentence, you are not Vuong Nguyen who did not marry. Good girls are many, many, not only Vuong Nguyen is a good lady. Vuong Nguyen, 9 brothers, you always refuse to marry, is it because of her? One day we go to the Vuong family to pay a visit, big boys get married, older girls get married, you like her, your big secret. Just pursuing our royal family, although we are said to be inferior to the Vuong family, but our royal family currently has 4 Truc County monks, waiting for Truong Bin to collect to the point of dedication, then we can exchange Truc County Dan. Attacking the Truc Company, the 7 uncles are also the 9-layer refining, and with the Truc County Dan, they can attack the Truc Company key. As far as I know, the 3 Song Medicine Valley and the Vuong family made an alliance, but Chu Guo the 4 sects also do not welcome them, and the Vuong family time is not easy to pass. Love can't be forced. This matter can be solved by myself, you don't need to care. Vuong Truong Sinh gracefully refused Vuong Minjiang and Vuong Truong Toyat with good intentions. Faced with this situation, Vuong Minjiang and Vuong Truong Toyat did not continue to persuade. Early in the morning of the second day, Vuong Truong Sinh released Lam Lien Chu. Together with Vuong Truong Toyat the 3 left Tan Lien Mountain, and went straight to Bok Long Valley. More than a month later, Vuong Chengsheng and the 4 of them all ran to the White Dragon Valley. Considering that Vuong Truong Bin was only a chi refining period, Vuong Truong Sinh let him stay in Phuong Ti. He and Vuong Truong Toyat, Vuong Minjiang entered the White Dragon Mountain Range to hunt and kill Hua Vien Chu. Bok Long Valley demonic beasts are rich in resources, and there are many immortal cultivators who specialize in chasing the White Dragon Mountains to hunt and kill demonic beasts. 2 days later, the 3 of Vuong Chengsheng appeared in a peach blossom forest. The air was full of fragrant flowers, and a large number of petals scattered on the ground. Through the peach blossom forest, there is a tower of several hundred feet high and green. At the foot of the mountain there is a black cave. The cave entrance is more than a foot high. How wide is the 3 people, and there are many nearby caves. Weed. 21 uncles, 9 brothers, and Huo Yan's nests are right here. We will leave a record. Vuong Truong Sinh pointed to the entrance of a cave near a pile of rhizomes. Let's go in together. Be careful. Wang Chengsheng, the 3 of them, performed a protective circle for themselves, and entered the cave together. The cave is somewhat sultry. The more you go inside, the higher the temperature. Walking more than 100 steps, turning left, and walking dozens of steps, they came to the end, a natural cave of more than 100 feet, surrounded by rocky cliffs all around. In a remote place on the cliffs grows a few stalks more than a chain tall red flowers, leaf blades or rhombus. They have not seen the figure of the Huo Yan Zhou, perhaps going out to eat. Wang Chengshi breathed a sigh of relief, smiled and said, "It seems that there is no need to fight. Huo Yan Zhou is not here." Second sister, you're wrong. Huo Yan Zhou is hiding here at the entrance of the cave. This animal actually knows how to hide aura. If it weren't for my spiritual strength, I wouldn't have discovered its existence. Quote. Wang Chengsheng said, releasing a second-order buggy spider. The buggy spider quickly crawled into the cave. It just entered the cave. A red spider web came down from the sky, wrapped it. A large and small spider with 8 claws descended from the sky. On its claws there were a few mouths leading a tree. Red spider silk elsewhere, cobwebs in a row. The giant spider with its front legs slashed at the top of the spider's web, but could not cut the web. Motor. Wang Chengsheng shouted loudly, released 2 giant eagles, flew into the air, spitting out dozens of sharp wind blades, fighting to squeeze over the Huo Yan Zhou, sending out a dull sound. Vuong Truong Sinh sacrificed 3 blue-colored darts. Vuong Minjiang sacrificed 2 blue-colored flying knives. Truc County monks fought with the Dharma, mostly relying on the magic seal of the seal. The magic method used was relatively small, because it took a long time to practice the magic. Wang Chengsheng just released 2 giant eagles, did not continue to sacrifice the magic weapon. He can kill this second-order middle-grade fire flame. He wants to use this opportunity to promote Wang Chong. Snow combat experience. Vuong Truong Sinh was from childhood to adulthood, and the number of times she fought with others was painful. This is also the main reason why she and Vuong Truong Bin burned the first-order demon beast. Before, Vuong Minjiang organized a team to hunt and kill demon beasts, rich in experience. Although Huo Yan's outer body is tough, but under the siege of the 2 second-order Koi Lei beast with a few pieces of magic weapons, there are still a few wounds on its body. It made a strange sound, opened its mouth to spit out a few large balls of water the size of a fireball-shaped water bottle, bringing a whirling heat wave, hitting the 3 people Wang Chengsheng. This was not over, it quickly headed towards the direction of Wang Chengsheng. Wang Chengsheng 3 people attacked. Seeing the Huo Yan Chu attack, Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minjiang both showed confusion on their faces, and they didn't even deal with the second-ranked demon beast. Wang Chengshi sacrificed the blue moon pearl, poured in his magic power, and quickly consumed a large amount of blue light, turning into a wall of water several feet high, blocking it in front of him. Wang Chengsheng sacrificed the Zan ice flag, lightly flashed. A large white cold air flew out, flashed and disappeared into the blue water wall. The blue water wall quickly froze, turning into a painting. White wall ice. A few giant fireballs smashed on the white ice wall, and the flash died, and the ice wall also changed slightly. Roaring. Huo Yan Zhou smashed the white ice wall. It was about to open its mouth to spit out a fireball to attack Wang Chengsheng and the 3 people. Wang Chengsheng took out the blue light glass, wrapped it in the Huo Yan's direction, and a large blue light column shot out, covering the Huo Yan Zhou. Huo Yan Zhou immediately couldn't move, as if he was fixed. This Qing Guang mirror, Wang Chengsheng got the queen, and it was the first time he used it. Taking this opportunity, the 2 giant eagles spat out dozens of sharp swords of light and hit the back of the fire. Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minjiang also controlled the magic weapon to attack the back of the fire. Boom! The explosion was endless. Huo Yanchu was not a middle-grade demon beast, met with so many attacks, but did not die. It was fixed by Tan Quang glass, unable to move, although its body was tough, but it was a pair of tough enemies, and it wasn't long before it was cut into 2 halves by 2 sharp blue flying knives. Finally killed. 9th brother, the power of that magic weapon you have is too great to be able to stay in the second-ranked demon beast. With this magic tool, it can sweep all the second-order monster beast. Vuong Truong Sinh said excitedly. Speaking of which, but the Qing Guang mirror is not invincible. Each duel can be used twice, can only stay on the target for 10 breaths. The higher the opponent's cultivation, the longer the time. The shorter it is, the more you run to the White Dragon Valley. You can't hunt and kill a second-order demon beast, then come back. Second sister, you and Trong Bin return to the Bok Lin Gate. Let's go on a few more missions. Uncle Mo helps you to do your tasks, conveniently accumulates experience in the practice of martial arts. Only cultivation is not enough. If you don't have a knack for martial arts, you can't. Wang Chengsheng suggested, his voice sincere. No problem. With your support, I believe Changping will quickly collect enough points to exchange for bamboo pill. The Huo Yan Zhou claws and spider silk can be used for qi refining, inner pill can be used for alchemy, and there are a few stocks of spirit medicine. This trip can be said to harvest a lot. Ah, these are worm eggs. Wang Chengshe pulled out a few red bags from the belly of the fire flame and said happily. If you can hatch, then let the big brother raise livestock. Can increase his strength. Wang Chengsheng suggested that he had previously killed the disciples of the spirit sect, and obtained it to cultivate the spirit of the soul, including the method of cultivating the fire of the fire. Vuong Truong Toyat put the eggs in a wooden box inside. Vuong Minjiang took the spiritual medicine dug away. Hua Yanchu claws and spider silk saved for Vuong Truong Sinh. Noi Dan saved for Vuong Truong Toyat. After confirming that there were no mistakes, they walked out. Out of the cave, Wang Chengsheng released the Lan Lien Zhou and flew them to the White Dragon Valley. Chapter 204. Rolling Underground Waves. Returning to Bok Long Valley, Vuong Truong Bin learned that Hua Vien Chu was killed and was very happy. 21 uncles, 9 brothers, you all stay at the White Dragon Valley first, and I and my 10th brothers return to the sect, take up a few missions as much as possible. The road is far away, going back and forth. I guess 3 or 4 months. The mission of the sect is divided into many types. The quest to collect the elixir is still hanging. Any disciple can take it. Some of the tasks are quite dangerous, only suitable for the disciple. Can receive. Wang Chengsheng raised his eyebrows and said, 3 or 4 months. Like that. Second sister, I and 21 uncles will take you back. If there is a problem, we can also negotiate. You don't have to worry. Practicing Dharma, going back and forth is too time consuming. That's right. Going back and forth is too time consuming. We'll take you back. It's good to negotiate something. Wang Chengshe did not refuse. Wang Chengsheng sacrificed the Lan Lien Zhou and flew them to the Bailing sect. The mountain range of Yinshi is located in the northeast region of Donghoang. Its whole body is jet black, stretching for hundreds of thousands of miles without end. Inside the mountain range occasionally blows through waves of wind, sweeping up the sky. Was long covered by a large patch of black fog. This place is the position of Donghoang, that great sect, one of the Yin Shizong mountain sect. A 10,000 zhang tall black mountain top, standing on a black palace. Above the signboard, there are 3 huge skulls. Each skull looks like a living thing, empty in the eye sockets. 2 groups of green flames, each skull engraved with a word, Yin Shao Palace. In the hall, a tall and thin man with a majestic face in black robes sat on the top of the throne. Looking at its aura, it was clearly a monk of Yuanying period. Under him, standing there was a young man carrying a black sarcophagus coffin, which was Fuang Mok. Fang Mo, that guy is a traitor. You did a good job. Successfully retrieved the treasure. It's okay, you go down. Good practice. Take advantage of the 100 years of money to enter the Kaondan period. 1 circuit exam practice. Lu Ziyang has successfully tied the Dan. You are the great senior brother Yin, killing 1 circuit. Although you say you are a dual Dharma body, your cultivation speed is a bit slow, but you still want to advance at the age of 100 years old. In the pill period, this is related to the distribution of resources in our Yinmost circuit. Do you understand? The black robe man's tone was calm, full of the taste of intolerance. Yes, the disciple understands. Master, the disciple has a very important matter to report. When the disciple chased the traitor, he passed a so-called Song nation state, unexpectedly found out about it. Appears a secret realm of Huang Ping. There are many ghosts in the secret realm. It seems to be some ancient ghost Dao sect that took out a local disciple to test, and appeared through the ghost king of knitting pill. The disciples tracked down. After returning the treasure, repeatedly verified it, it was confirmed that there were many ghosts inside, but the entrance was sealed by the monk of the knitting period. The ancient ghost Dao sect took out the secret realm disciples to practice. Are you sure? The tone of the man in the black robe was somewhat heavy. An existence of the Ghost King Emperor grade secret realm, its value was no less than a medium-sized spirit stone mineral. The disciple didn't go in. I don't know the situation inside, but the disciple chased an entrance there, using the 7 ghost soul hunting technique, barely able to sense the strong yin qi there. That this is not difficult, sending a few elders of the pill stage will be enough. As Fang Mu said, one side took out a black jade card, lightly flashed it, and the black jade card slowly flew towards the man in the black robe. The black robe man received the jade slip, divine consciousness swept over, but his face revealed a pensive look. You don't have to worry about this matter, because the master will send someone to deal with it. You should concentrate on your cultivation, and you will be able to enter the boundary stage within 100 years. The sect cannot lack your good place. Yes, the disciple withdrew. Vuong Mok didn't need to think about it, he stooped to leave. The black robe man took out a hand about the size of a black jade tray, and a magic spell hit it, and countless black runes lit up. Elder Lu, you go to Elder Li and Elder Song. You come to the Yin Slaughter Palace. I have a very important matter to hand over to you. Yes, Lord. A blue light quickly passed through the air from the Bok Lin mountain range, and not long after, the blue light landed on a lush green mountain at the foot of the mountain, a stone ladder from the foot. The mountain extends to the top of the mountain. Wang Chengsheng and 4 people came down from the top of the blue lotus, and Wang Chengsheng took back the blue lotus. On both sides of the stone ladder is a large area that has opened up Lin Dean, planted a large number of Lin cups. The air is filled with a strong smell of rice. The 4 of them walked along the green stone steps and walked towards the top of the mountain. Walking together, Vuong Truong Sinh saw many Bok Lin disciples at Lin Dean in the competition of insecticidal dance, very hard working. On the way, Vuong Truong Toyat introduced Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minjiang. Bok Lin sect took food to enter the religion. Bok Lin sect disciples are not only knowledgeable in cooking, knowledgeable in farming, and tame spirit beasts in human aspect. There are also many talents. It is said that Guangdong Nyan does not use the Truc County mascot, eats 2 pieces of the second order spiritual talent, smoothly enters the Truc County period. The disciples of Bok Lin like to take out the spiritual medicine to cook it, without having to refine it into a dry medicinal pill. 3,000 Great Tao, 800 men, all can become immortals. This is the teaching of Bok Lin sect founded by the ancestor Bok Lin II. Entering the top of the mountain, there is a 10 square meter square of Qingstone, a 9-story high and bright pavilion appearing on the square of Qingstone, and the 3-letter welcome pavilion is very conspicuous. At next to the welcoming guest house, there are also 2 tall 5-story buildings. It was surprising that Vuong Truong Sinh was surprised that there were several tables of bar on the square. More than 10 Bok Lin disciples were drinking and eating, and there were 2 waves of incense in the upper floors from time to time. Wang Chengsheng even had an illusion, whether or not he had to go to the worldly pub world. Vuong Minjiang's face was full of confusion. If not for Wang Chengshe to lead the way, he would have thought that he had come to the wrong place. 21 uncles, 9 brothers, these people go to enter the Taoist path. Their cultivation method is somewhat special. Eating, drinking and sleeping is fine, this kind of cultivation method after all. It wastes money, but it's easy to get fat. Most of the people who practice it are male disciples. This kind of cultivation method has a good point. Don't want to use the bamboo pill, but the success rate of the bamboo foundation is not high. But there is a certain danger. If you can't refine the spirit of goodness in the giant spirit tool in time, you will self-destruct and die. But many masters and uncles use this method to cultivate to the pill stage, this kind of thing. The cultivation method in front of the sect is very well respected. Wang Chengshe was neither quick nor slow to explain. An honest-faced middle-aged man quickly walked over. He rushed over to Vuong Truong Toyat. The 3 people bowed, and respectfully said, "This uncle, come and drink 2 cups. We can get some second things. Level of talent. Doing a few good deeds of the second order of spirituality, the taste is not bad. The second order of spirituality is equivalent to the second grade of pills, containing a huge spiritual energy. The same, the materials are a bit expensive, the rich family can only eat. No need, you can eat it. Yes, they are my relatives, want to stay at the welcome guest for a short time. You are welcome to entertain, they spend everything, hang it in their account me." Wang Chengshe took out his identity card, gave it to the middle-aged man, and told him. The middle-aged man checked the token, still gave it to Wang Chengshe with both hands, respectfully said, "Yes, Uncle Wang, the disciple will definitely take good care of the 2 seniors. 21 uncles, 9 brothers, I and 14 brothers go back first. You can stay safe, eat whatever you want, let them do it for you, their crafts are not bad." Vuong Truong Toyat instructed a few sentences, and immediately separated with Vuong Truong Bin. The middle-aged man looked at Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minjiang and enthusiastically asked, 2 seniors, do you want to use points? Spirit is good, but compared to medicinal herbs, they are delicious. No need. You just let us arrange accommodation. We have Truc Co. We don't need to eat. Vuong Minjiang gracefully refused. Vuong Truong Sinh was also not interested in eating or drinking. The middle-aged man Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minjiang pushed a living room and stooped down. Chapter 205. 10,000 Snake Valley. Wang Chengsheng and Vuong Minjiang couldn't close the door. 2 days quickly passed, and Wang Chengshe entered the welcome hall. This time, she took on 5 long quests in one breath, collecting the second-rank Zi Yunfeng to produce spirit secrets, the second-order Wania Lindan's birthday, the 100 years of Death Moon Mantle, the second-rank low-grade Tam Lin trial, 100 years. Taken on the Kim Van Hak Tung Highway, these 5 objects can all be crafted into spirit. 21 Uncle, 9 Brothers, these 5 quests have a certain difficulty level, especially the Tam Lin test. You need to be captured alive. Other than that, the species of spirit bees are relatively few, want to find them. 2 Van Fong is also not easy. I send people to listen. Van Exa Valley has 2 Van Fong hidden. These 5 things can all be found in Van Exa Valley. We go directly to Van Exa Valley to find it. The job was relatively less, but Van Exa Kok lived in the Wei Kingdom. Tay Tan and Thuk Kwok Tam Kwok intersected the border. Van Exa Kok grew in a few different types of foreign world, and it was relatively rare to see spirit medicine and demonic beasts. 3 Kingdoms cultivation. The fake will go to the Wan Exa Valley to hunt and kill the demon beast. In addition to the 3 kingdoms, the immortal cultivator, a few wanted evil cultivators will also run there in hiding, where the situation is somewhat complicated. Van Exa Valley. Wang Chengsheng's eyebrows were slightly wrinkled. He heard that here, the myriad Snake Valley monster beast is rich in resources, but the fish dragons are mixed. He can control 10 Koi Lay beast at the same time. There is also a talisman. Vuong Minjiang relies on hunting and killing demon beasts to live at the same time. Has a lot of experience, only Vuong Truong Toyat has little experience in fighting. Compassionate. Wang Chengsheng pondered for a moment, then suggested. Second sister, the situation of Wan Sara Valley is somewhat complicated, let's see it like this. It's fine with me and 21 uncles. You can stay at the Bok Lin Gate and cultivate peace of mind. Practice. You have too little experience in fighting. Still don't go to Wan Sara Valley. That's right. Chong Shui. I don't even need to see you go. Your Truc G's time is relatively short. You can rest assured in the cave to practice. Vuong Minjiang kindly advised. 21 Uncle. 9 Brothers, what are you saying? A mortal cultivator is originally against the heavens. This is also scary. I definitely don't need to cultivate a mortal. You can help me once. 2. Can you help me 100 times 1,000 times? A person who gives fish is not as good as someone who takes fish. I also think to take this opportunity, learn a few things, improve the level of fighting. Wan Exa the situation is a bit complicated, but Wan Shi Valley is not a dragon cave, a tiger cave. You guys are doing this mission for me and my 10th brother. How can I not go? I can protect it. I will not involve you. Vuong Truong Toyat was determined on the one hand, and Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minjiang were also not good at convincing. Fine. Then let's go to Wan Sara Valley together. After going out for a long time, Vuong Truong Sinh released Lam Lin Chu, took Vuong Truong Toyat and Vuong Minjiang to leave. After 3 months, the Wei Kingdom bordered. Wan Sara Valley is a giant mountain valley, often has poisonous insects and beasts hidden, and there are many poisonous mists and miasma that are instantly killed, because of the name of a large number of demon snakes. Van Exa Valley has a few kinds of excess in the outside world, and it is relatively rare to see spiritual medicine. Living in Wei, Shu, Taitan 3 kingdoms at the border crossing, 3 kingdoms cultivators often come here to hunt and kill demon beasts to get spiritual medicine, a little bit. Wanted Tatu will also hide here, mixed fish dragons. One day, a blue light appeared in the distance, and quickly flew towards the Wanshi Valley. Not long after, the blue light stopped outside the Wan Esser Valley. It was Wang Chengsheng 3 people. Because of Van Exa Valley's special geographical position, the 3 kingdoms were all bordered by the town of Ward, garrisoning defense forces. After the 3 sects of Medicine King Valley retreated, the Wei Kingdom 5 sect took over this ward, sending disciples to guard. Vuong Truong Sinh 3 people went in front of Phuong Ti to buy 2 bottles of Nocton Dan, rest for a night, and then ran to Van Exa Kok. Wan Sara Valley lives with a large number of poisonous insects and beasts, and the air-bending flight is very easy to get attacked. Is this place the Wanshi Valley? Wang Chengsheng looked at the huge mountain valley in front of him and thought to himself. With his gaze, he could see a huge mountain valley. The inner valley was full of flowers and grass. The most dangerous place here is not the demon beast, but those lurking in the dark. Cultivators, we gather intelligence, murder and steal treasure. This kind of thing happened in Vuong Gia Valley. We want to put up 12 parts of vigilance. Vuong Minjiang solemnly advised. Wang Chengsheng took back the Lan Lian Zhou. The three of them made a protective circle for themselves, and walked towards the Wanxi Valley together. Van Exa Valley loves snakes much, surpassing the imagination of three people. Wang Chengsheng. Less than an hour, they met dozens of demon snakes, but the waiting level was not high. They were all first-order low rank. Without Wang Chengsheng taking action, Wang Chengsheng could solve these problems. Love the bar. After 10 days, Wang Chengsheng and the three appeared in the dark forest, and the jungle in the air was filled with a large array of black miasma. Looking around, in the dense forest, there are dozens of zhong tall trees that cover the sky. The branches are dense, only a little sunlight flows through the gap between the branches of the tree. Wang Chengsheng's three bodies were all covered with a protective ring. Wang Chengsheng and Vuong Minjiang's faces were a bit pale, and Wang Chengsheng's expression was as usual. They had heard of the danger of Vuong Gia Valley before, but this time they felt it for themselves. Those poisonous worms and beasts are nothing. Their rank is not high. They will solve it very easily. After entering the myriad snake valley, more miasma. They do not dare to suck in miasma, only able to perform a protective ring for himself. The consumption of magic power is relatively powerful. Wang Chengsheng's magic power is relatively deep, and the magic power consumption is not much. During this time, they met another immortal cultivator, 3 Truc County monks. Others stayed far away, afraid that they would kill and steal the treasure. Kim Van Hak Tung was born in the dark and humid. Under the circumstances, there may be a Kim Van Hak Tung road here. Wang Chengsheng just said. One side patted the spirit beast. Song Tong tried to get out from the spirit beast. 2 or 3 times he climbed onto Wang Chengsheng's shoulder. Vuong Truong Sinh gave it the power of a jade dan and a 10-year-old spiritual medicine. Song Dong tried to wag his tail excitedly, jumped down from Vuong Truong Sin's shoulder, and ran towards the front. Let's go up together. If there is a Kim Van Hak Tung road here, Song Dong will definitely be able to find it. Song Dong tried extremely fast speed, running fast in the jungle. When it ran from a tree covering the sky in front of the great tree, a black shadow suddenly flew out from a pile of fallen leaves, straight to Song Dong to try. This is a black-colored demon snake, but it is a first-class high-grade. Song Dong is already a second order. Its reaction is very fast. It rolls forward in a circle, shrinks into a circle of meatballs. The outside of its body glows with a dazzling golden light. Present, encircle it with its whole body, and quickly roll forward. The faster Wang Chengsheng reacted, the more he worked hard to bring Song Tong to try to cultivate to the second rank. Of course he would not let it die arbitrarily. Almost a black demon snake appeared at the same time. Wang Chengsheng flicked his finger, and 3 pieces of blue light shot out. The black demon snake missed. 3 lightning-like blue lights pierced its head. 1 rotated, and flew back to Wang Chengsheng's hand, which was the Lan Yu needle. 9 brother, you are still very interesting to try this Song Tong. Wang Chengsheng saw Song Tong try to transform into a golden ball, and was immediately made fun of by it. Wang Chengsheng smiled. This guy is extremely cowardly. The golden ball undulating forward for a distance, the golden light flashed, the golden armor disappeared, and Shuang Tong tried to let out a squeaky sound, as if to express his fear. Wang Chengsheng took out a yellow nut, threw it to its side. Shuang Tong tried to eat this yellow nut, then continued to go. After half an hour, Shuang Tong suddenly stopped, turned around and ran towards Wang Chengsheng. His inner mouth made a chirping sound, as if he was expressing something. Wang Chengsheng took out the Zon ice banner, flashed it gently, and a large white ice-colored needle shot out and hit the weeds not far away. When the white ice needle hit a certain place, there was a cloud of turbidity. After a series of crushing landslides, one near the staff was large and small, giving birth to 2 giant black thorns that came out from the weeds. The black giant bead's mouth sprayed poisonous mist. Looking at the aura, it was clearly a second-order demon worm. After the black giant particle made a strange noise, it hit them. Its speed was extremely fast. Before it dived in front of the body, it spewed out a large amount of black poisonous mist. Wang Chengsheng didn't say 2 words, took out the Qing Guang mirror, and aimed at the black giant particle that had just been projected. The blue light flashed. A large blue light column shot out, then disappeared and hit the black giant particle on the body. Chapter 206 Unexpected Discovery. Taking this opportunity, Vuong Truong Toyat and Vuong Minjiang sacrificed their magic weapons, slashing at the black giant beads on their bodies, sending out a cloud of turbidity. Vuong Truong Sinh considered the special situation of Van Exakok, did not hold back, sacrificed the special diamond. The specialized diamond quickly swelled to the size of the room, fiercely pounding on the black giant grain on the body. The ground was very small and swayed, and when the diamond rose again, there was a large hole in the ground, and the black giant grain was directly smashed into meat. Wang Chengsheng sacrificed the sound-gathering lake, taking away the black giant spirit particle. Song Tong tried to jump down from Vuong Truong Sin's shoulder, towards a distant place. Vuong Truong Sin hurriedly went up. In a patch of weeds, Wang Chengsheng saw a light purple flower. Si Yuha, it seems, has 100 years. Wang Chengsheng's face showed a happy expression, carefully removed the mud and soil, and picked up this peach blossom. Vuong Truong Toyat and Vuong Minjiang are in charge of dealing with the black giant particles of the body. Unfortunately, inner Dan is also suppressed by Diamond Kwang. Although it can still make medicine, the effect is definitely reduced. Song Dong tried a few times with his nose in the air, and quickly jumped forward. Hurry up and go up, it will definitely find the highest 5 spiritual medicines. Wang Chengsheng's eyes lit up, and he hurriedly followed. Vuong Truong Toyat and Vuong Minjiang also followed. Song Tong tried the speed very quickly. Wang Chengsheng could feel it, it was very excited. Half a moment later, Vuong Truong Toyat suddenly gave Wang Chengsheng a voice transmission. 9 brother, hurry up, try second order Thanh Lien. Thuan Vuong Truong Toyat pointed in the direction and looked back. A big tree covered the sky. Under the tree, a black rat about 2 meters long was holding a yellow fruit to bite. The black mouse body is humiliating, a pair of small black eyes that move constantly, cute and stupid, simply the version of Song Dong tried. Seeing Thanh Lien try, Song Dong showed a very excited expression, quickly ran towards Xuan Ling and tried to run. At first, when Xuan Ling tried, he didn't find the 3 of Wang Chengsheng, but Shuang Tong tried to appear, scared him to jump. He lost all the fruit in his hand, the outside of his body lit up with a golden light, and he got in. Underground is not visible. Song Dong tried to match the fruit as if he didn't see it. The outside of his body lit up with a golden light, but he also went underground and couldn't see it. Wang Chengsheng saw this scene, both crying and laughing. He thought that Song Tong tried to find 5 spiritual medicines. The feeling was to find a trial spirit. It seems that this one is more than half the same. Female. When you're full, you think of XX, and the summoned beast is no exception. Chase. Don't let Xuan Ling try to run. Wang Chengsheng under his feet magnified and increased his speed, and so were Vuong Truong Toyat and Vuong Minjiang. Thanh Lien tried to release the speed very quickly. Fortunately Song Dong tried the speed is not slow. Song Tong tried to chase on the ground, and Wang Chengsheng 3 people on the ground chased. Wang Chengsheng's consciousness expanded, his face was full of anticipation. After a cup of tea, they didn't even leave the jungle. Collecting, a faint sound of tearing wind came from the top of his head. Be careful of the top. Wang Chengsheng's face changed. He hurriedly reminded himself, and gave himself a protective ring. Dozens of wind blows were beheaded above the 3 people's protective rings, sending out a cloud of turbulence. 2 black mantises, about a foot tall, flew down from the top of the 2 great trees. The black mantis eyes were green, and there were 2 pairs of thin black wings on their backs. These are 2 second-order low-grade demon worms. Wang Chengsheng frowned, took out the Qing Guang mirror and aimed at the 2 black mantises that just shone. The light flashed, a blue light pillar suddenly flew out, straight to the opposite direction. 2 black bugs, the horse on the back of the wing lightly swayed, and rose up in the air, the blue pillar of light hitting the ground. Fighting speed wins, don't be dragged by them for too long. As Wang Chengsheng said, on one side, he sacrificed 5 second-order giant condor heroes, rushed towards 2 black mantises. Vuong Minjiang and Vuong Truong Toyat also sacrificed Dharma weapons, besieging 2 black beetles. Horse. The 5 giant condor loy beasts were not close, opened their mouths wide, and they spewed dozens of blue light swords, slashing at the 2 black mantises. The 2 black mantises didn't dare to stiffen, swinging their front legs towards the void, and dozens of black wind blades flashed out. Roaring. After a loud bang, the blue light sword and the black wind converged. The 5 blue condor monkeys attacked from different directions. The black mantis quickly released a black seal. The black mantis slashed on the body of the green eagle, leaving only a faint white mark. Under the siege of the 5 blue condor monkeys and a few magic weapons, they were frantic. Wang Chengsheng seized the opportunity. In his hand Qing Guang looked at a black mantis that had just been projected, and flew out. piece of blue halo, exactly cover this black mantis. This black mantis was immediately stopped in midair, unable to move. Taking this opportunity, several magic tools flashed by, and smashed into its head. A pitiful cry rang out, and the black mantis head was smashed. Another black mantis saw that the situation was not good. One of its forewings was aggressive, and flew away into the distance. Vuong Truong did not chase after, took back the magic weapon and coil beast, led the chase. Vuong Truong and Vuong Minjiang quickly disposed of the black mantis body and followed. Being delayed by 2 second-order monsters like this, Shuang Tong tried more than 3 miles away, but fortunately did not leave the sensing range of Vuong Truong's divine consciousness. Half an hour later, Vuong Truong and the three of them chased after him. Vuong Truong tried to establish contact with Song Tong. He was able to sense the 200 feet in front of Song Tong, but Xuanling tried to dive too deep. He couldn't feel it on the ground. Can meet Tam Lin to try the position, but Song Dong tries to move quickly. Perhaps Tam Lin tried on the attractive smell of Song Dong. After 3 hours, Vuong Truong and the three of them appeared in a narrow valley. Both left and right cliffs are bumpy, on the ground scattered a large amount of rubble. Not long after, they reached the last mountain valley. A steep cliff blocked their way. Under the cliff, the ground suddenly protruded a large block, and Xuanling tried to jump out from the ground. After it made a squeaky sound from its mouth, the outside of its body lit up with a burst of golden light, and rushed towards the cliff. A deep echo, it of course had no way to escape into the cliff inside. Taking this opportunity, a large blue light pillar flew over, flashed and disappeared, enclosing it. Xuanling tried to be immediately fixed, unable to move. At this time, Song Dong also tried to come out from the ground. It quickly tried to run towards Xuanling, squealing in its mouth, revealing a lot of excitement. Vuong Truong walked over quickly. One of them picked up Tam Lin to try it, stuffed it in a big spirit beast, handed it to Vuong Truong Toyot, and Song Tong tried to make a squeaky sound in his mouth, as if he was protesting. Ninth brother, this place is not a mineral vein. Second order Xuanling tried, but couldn't enter the cliff. Only a few vascular mines or restrictions could occur. Here go. Vuong Truong received the great spirit beast, and his eyes fell on the last place on the cliff. With or without mineral veins, won't you know if you try it once? Vuong Minjiang sacrificed 2 blue short swords, slashed them on the cliff, and the sound of metal clashing sounded. Vuong Truong heard this voice. His eyes became hot. Their luck won't be so good. He tried to retrieve the spirit beast with twin tong, sacrificed 2 golden flying swords, slashed at the cliff, and also resounded a metal clashing sound. The strange thing is, the three of them sacrificed the magic weapon, slashed it on the cliff, couldn't hit a stone, just the sound of a golden iron clash. Maybe it's the second stage of the metal mine. Theoretically, you shouldn't. Even if you consider it as a second-order metal mine, there will definitely be impurities. Even a few pieces of magic weapons can't hit a stone block. Can it be said, this is a third-order metal mine? The second-stage metal mine can be used with the refining of Dharma tools, and the third-level metal mine can be used with the refining of the Dharma treasure. If it were indeed the 3-stage metal mine, even if it could only be mined for a year, it would still be a huge asset. Chapter 207. Formation. Thinking of this, Vuong Truong 3 people looked at each other, and they could all see the joy on the other's face. However, very quickly, the smiles on their faces froze. On both sides of the mountain cliffs, dozens of red rays suddenly flew out, turning into a large red mist, covering the entire mountain valley. The next moment, the void in the tomb did not show a large number of red light spots, and quickly turned into a red flame about 2 meters long. The three of them could not breathe. Then there were several hundred and many, prestigious. Awe-inspiring. Not good. Formation. Vuong Truong's face changed greatly. He quickly took out the Xuanyu chain, lightly flashed. A white light curtain near the staff suddenly appeared, bringing the three of them inside. The flaming red flint was received at the top of the white light curtain, and there was a dull popping sound. Damn it! How can there be a formation here? Is it possible that there are experts here setting up an ambush? This is too unconventional. How can they be sure that there are people who have a chance? Rush to this place. Vuong Minjiang frowned. His face was full of worry. These are not important. We have to destroy the formation first. Vuong Truong took out the Zon ice banner, gently flashed it, and a large piece of white cold air flew out, turning into a white wall of ice several feet high, blocking it in front of him. He took out the 5555 and gave it to Vuong Minjiang. 21 Uncle, you quickly activate this Zhang Fu Bao, attack the cliff just now, where should be the forbidden border, I and second sister will give you the protection. Theoretically, he is a four-tiered foundation, he came to activate the talismans quickly, but using the strength of Vuong Minjiang and Vuong Truong Toyat, they couldn't really stop them. But there's not much Wang Changsheng, even if Wang Changsheng lends him a magic weapon, they also need time to practice. Seeing Wang Changsheng take out a copy of a talisman, Vuong Minjiang was very surprised, but he did not say anything more, sat down directly with his legs crossed, and his internal magic power was poured into the 55555 treasure inside. In the void, a large number of red points of light appeared again. This time, the red light spots turned into liter of pink and non-flame red dots, the number of which reached several thousand plums. The sound of shishui resounded loudly, and thousands of red-colored plumes flew from 4 directions and 8 directions, and the prestige scared people. Wang Changshe sacrificed the blue moon pearl. Crazy magic power poured into the blue moon bead. The blue moon bead was bright and clear. A large amount of blue light did not appear, turning into a blue giant. Bull, hook the 3 of them upside down inside. Wang Changsheng and Zan Bingqi's hand gently waved. A large piece of white cold air gushed out. The blue giant bowl quickly froze, turning into a huge white ice bowl. The ice layer reached 2 meters thick, radiating out amazing welding gas. The red ice needles hit the top of the white ice bowl, sending out a cloud of turbidity. The surface of the ice-white bowl is bumpy, perfect without any damage. The void once again appeared a large number of red points of light. This time, a large number of red points of light turned into a huge red fire head, stretching its fangs and claws at the white ice bowl. With a deafening sound, the red flame pierced the white ice bowl above, and immediately turned into a large red flame, and at the same time released a large white fog. Very quickly, in the flame, a large white cold gas gushed out, and the flames died away. A large number of blue light spots do not appear, quickly turning into a larger blue giant bowl. White light flashed, and a larger white ice bowl appeared again. In the void, a large number of red points of light appeared again. This time, a large number of red points of light turned into 2 huge red fiery bodies, emitting a terrifying high temperature, rushing towards white ice bowl. The 2 red flames pierced the white ice bowl above, and a great ancient atmosphere erupted. A boom, boom resounded, the flames scattered, and a large amount of white fog rose. A large number of red light spots appeared again, turning into pink and non-pigmented morning glory, the number of which reached several thousand. Thousands of red-colored flying needles scrambled to squeeze into the white fog, sending out a dull metal clash, as if they had crashed into some kind of hard object. The 2 breaths passed, the white mist dispersed, a large and small black giant tortoise appeared on the ground, Wang Changsheng and the 3 people disappeared. During the 5-year period, although Wang Changsheng could not enter the 5-tiered foundation, he refined this second-order low-grade Okai Koi Lei beast. This second-order Okai Koi Lei beast is a defensive type of Koi Lei beast, and the defense is not bad. The Okai Koi bug beast let out a strange howl, and the outside of the body lit up with a dazzling golden light, and a thick layer of golden stone armor emerged, and quickly spread. Okai Koi Lei beast's defense power itself can't be compared to low-grade defensive magic weapons, plus intermediate defensive magic stone medicine. The defense can be compared to middle-grade defensive magic weapons. The red jaggery shot on the top of the yellow stone armor, and the surface of the yellow stone armor was bumpy, but it still did not break. However, very quickly, a large number of red points of light emerged from the void, turning into thousands of red fire arrows. An old bamboo shoot sprouted above the golden stone armor. Boom! The explosion was non-stop. The flames were rolling, the sound was amazing. A large number of red points of light did not appear, and the 3 red points of fire quickly condensed and came out, waving their fangs and clawing downwards. 3 ear-piercing sounds echoed, the fire magnified. Then, the red flaming spear and the red flying needle entered the sea of fire one by one, sending out a burst of explosions. Not only this, a red seal about the size of a hand flew out from the void, quickly swelled to the size of the room, and quickly slammed down. A large number of red points of light appeared again, turning into 3 huge red fire-shaped bodies, rushing towards the bottom of the sea of fire. At this moment, 2 large blue light pillars flew out from the sea of fire, the red seal and the red fire intersecting each other. The red seal and the red fire intersection were immediately fixed, unmoving, suspended in midair. The 2 red flames rushed into the sea of fire, releasing a boom sound, and the flames magnified. Very quickly, a large white cold gas appeared in the flame, and the flames died away. Okai Koi error disappeared. A pale white light curtain surrounded Wang Chengsheng. Three people. Wang Chengsheng's face was slightly pale. Go up. Followed by Vong Minjiang and shouted loudly. A small needle nearly an inch long flew out from the inner Buddha, a vague one, turning into thousands of similar small needles, moving towards the distance. Not far from the cliff hit. An earth-shaking sound echoed, the red fog dispersed, and the cliffs were smashed. At the back of the cliff, stood two men, one woman, three Truc County monks, all of them holding a red array table. The cliff shattered at the same time, their red hands also followed. Crumbled apart. Three Truc County monks stood on a block on the open ground. Not far away there was a huge cave. Li Yilit squirted a golden flying needle towards the three of them. A white-robed old man with a majestic face reacted the fastest, crushed a fire-release talisman, turned into a point of red light and disappeared. The two other Truc County monks reacted a bit slowly, and the sharp needles pierced their bodies. Two screams rang out, and the two fell to the ground. Wang Chengsheng's divine consciousness expanded. He could sense that there were many cultivators in the cave. Chapter 208. Mineral Spirit Stone. However, very quickly, a few cultivators of the Qi refining period disappeared into the ground. Wang Chengsheng. Three people glanced at each other, quickly walked towards the cave. The cave is very large, the left and right cliffs are bumpy, there are obvious traces of opening. Their progress was very fast. It didn't take long. He stopped. Dozens of passages appeared in front of them. Wang Chengsheng sensed dozens of cultivators and hundreds of mortals. Aura multiplier. The two sides of the cliff path were bumpy, vaguely revealing all kinds of spiritual light, like some kind of mineral. Separate. Be careful a little. Wang Chengsheng walked quickly towards a passage, and not long after, a large number of about 10 feet of caves appeared in front of him. On the cliffs were encrusted with all colors of minerals. The Qi refining period monk held his hand, and the outside of his body lit up with a dazzling golden light. The spiritual energy stone cave is much more abundant than outside. I don't know if it is related to mining minerals with them. Seeing Wang Chengsheng, the three of them were full of panic. A tall middle-aged man shouted, "You guys go quickly, let me stay and stop him." His hand went to the side of the store to touch, and took out the silver light glittering talisman, but before he had time to sacrifice, a blue moon needle pierced his wrist, painfully painful. Below, his hand loosened, and the silver seal fell to the ground. A Lan Yu needle pierced one man's body, flashing a blinding yellow-robed man, a dead man in yellow, and another man in blue robes scattered around. Obviously, they won't release Earth technique, nor do they have released talisman on their bodies. Who are you? What are you doing here? Wang Chengsheng asked coldly. These people should be mining minerals. As for their background, Wang Chengsheng is not clear. The middle-aged man did not answer Wang Chengsheng's question, and rushed towards Wang Chengsheng, in a desperate posture. Vuong Truong Sinh sacrificed a golden light sword, gently slashed this person's head. The young man in blue offered two blue short swords, slashing towards Vuong Truong Sinh. The end was clear. Kim Kwang's sword easily cut off two blue short swords, and at the same time slashed down the blue shirt youth's left arm. The young man in blue gave a miserable scream, his face turned white. Say, who are you? Vuong Truong Sinh tone increased. Kim Kwang's sword was suspended at the top of the head of the young man in blue. The young man in blue didn't say a word, rushed towards Wang Chengsheng, in a self-destructive posture. Wang Chengsheng frowned, flicked his finger, and a Lan Yu needle shot out, piercing the blue-robed youth's head, and the blue-clothed youth fell to the ground. Wang Chengsheng walked quickly to the cliff in front of him, and used his golden light sword to hit a block of blue mineral. This is raw or spirit stone. At first, Wang Chengsheng was stunned, his breathing was a little quick. He examined it carefully, and discovered that the stone inlaid in the cliff was indeed the raw spirit stone. There was also a spirit stone mineral here, and the amount of reserves was unknown. At this moment, a loud explosion resounded. Wang Chengsheng was shocked in his heart, hastily picked up the silver seal on the ground, also searched the three people on the body of the archive, and quickly walked out. Not long after, Wang Chengsheng entered a cave of more than 100 feet, large and small. Vong Minjiang was talking to Wang Chengsheng. Many cultivators fell on the ground, 2 cultivators were injured. The golden rope was stuck. More than 10 mortals gathered in a remote place, their faces filled with fear. Vong Minjiang released a fake soundproofing, covering the 3 people. Longevity. There is another spirit stone here. Unfortunately, there are many Qi refining monks hiding, and there are some mortals. 21 Uncle. Who are these people? Did you ask clearly? I ran into 3 Qi refining period monks, but unfortunately they were dead. Asked to clarify, they are the disciples of Shu Country Dewey Mountain, they have been exploiting for more than half a year. Wang Chengsheng frowned. If there were no people to escape, the Wang family would definitely take this spirit stone mineral and secretly exploit it, but the other party was hiding from many people, it was the disciple of the Shu Kingdom immortal family. Relying only on the royal family, it is impossible to take this spiritual stone mineral. He thought about it, rushed to Vuong Truong Toyat and asked, "Second sister, do you know that Senior Guang has fallen? Is there a way to see him? Guang Master Uncle's movements are not fixed. I don't know his whereabouts, but I can return to Bok Lin sect and ask Master Brother Senior Brother, what to do." 9 Brother, you want to take this spirit mineral stones donated to the sect? There's no way. Reveal the wind sound. One of the Truc Co and many more chi refining monks ran away. Even if no one ran away, the Li family knew the existence of this spirit stone mineral, they couldn't fight. On the other hand, we can ask for help from the Shu Kingdom Cultivation Immortal Sect, we are not an opponent of the immortal cult. Wang Chengsheng also thought of taking over this spirit stone building, but this spirit stone mineral was discovered by the Li family. The Li family is the Thuc Quoc Tu fairy family. The Wang family can't do anything about the Li family. The best solution is to donate this spirit stone mineral to Bok Lin sect, in exchange for cultivation resources. The Li family set up a defensive array, just worried about the information leaking out. If Wang Chengsheng is the head of the Li family, knowing that outsiders discovered the existence of the mineral spirit stone, he must first inform Shu. After all, the spirit stone mineral is at the intersection of the 3 kingdoms revealing information. Just by building a little power of the fairy family, it is impossible to take the spirit stone mineral. Chengsheng is right. If the Li family knows that the spirit stone mineral has been discovered by outsiders, they will definitely inform the Shu Kingdom to cultivate the immortal sect. This matter should not be delayed. We immediately rush to the Bok Lin sect. Chong Shui, this matter is reported by you. It is good for you to develop in the future. Out of the mines, Vuong Truong Sinh sacrificed Lam Lin Chu, carrying 2 cultivators and more than 10 mortals, straight to the Bok Lin gate. Thuc Quoc, Doc Bi Sun. Doc Ha Sun is the headquarters of the Li family, knowledgeable in taming poisonous seeds. Li Kai Vien is the highest monk in the Li family, with a 5-tiered Truc County cultivation base. As the guardian of the Li family, naturally no one dared to disturb his cultivation on ordinary days. One day, the head of the Li family, Li Hang Sun, knocked Li Kai Vien into retreat to practice the Great Gate. In shock, he shouted, 7 uncles, it's not over, something happened to Lin Thatch, Luke and 8 uncles are dead, just there's Tamba running back. Soon, the door opened, and Li Ziyuan came out, his eyes dark. Li Hengshan's face was full of panic. Beside him, was a man with a majestic face in a white robe. What happened? Spirit stone mineral did not have to display 2 sets of 2nd grade high-grade formation, what happened? 7th brother, that's such a thing. There are 3 Truc County monks who accidentally discovered the formation law, attacked the formation. I and the 8 sisters controlled the formation to kill them, who knows if they can get it. Talisman, being destroyed by them. If I don't run fast, I want to stay there. The white-robe old man's face was full of grief. The situation was especially critical at that time. He didn't care about the 2 clansmen at all. Li Ziyuan frowned, pondered for half a day, sighed, and ordered. Since the news has been leaked, then report it to the Poison Ancient Sect and say that we have found a medium-sized spirit stone. We all donate a medium-sized spirit stone, so I can say at least 2 bamboo pills. Report Toxic Ancient Gate. This is a medium-sized spirit stone. 7th brother, it's better than us to control the generals, kill it back. Once again take over that spirit stone mineral. The white-robed old man hesitated. A medium-sized spirit stone is too valuable. They can even help train the monks of Kedan, just like that, to contribute to the Poison Ancient Sect. His heart more or less did not give up. Kill back. Even if the other party is a disciple of the Immortal Sect, we are stronger than the Li family, and we can't fight against the Immortal Sect. After all, we have been exploiting for more than half a year, making a lot of profit. Unfortunately, the younger sister and the 8th brother are dead. This should not be delayed. We immediately set out, report the Poison Ancient Gate, try to bring the losses to a minimum. Luke's sister and the 8th brother can't die futile. Chapter 209. Going to the door to worship. Right at the time when Li Ziyuan planned to report to the Ancient Gate, Wang Chengsheng and a group of people also came to the Bok Lin Gate. Wang Chengsheng and Bong Minjiang stayed at the Yinka Palace, taking care of 2 cultivators and more than 10 mortals. After an hour did not come, a golden light appeared on the horizon, from far to near, and fell in front of Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minjiang. After the golden light dissipated, revealing a face full of fat, the fat on the waist was one layer on top of another, and the eyes were squeezed into a narrow slit by the fat meat. Feeling that the fat on the body radiates a powerful spiritual pressure, Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minjiang did not dare to be rude, hurriedly bowed. Vuong Minjiang, Vuong Truong Sinh juniors pay their respects to predecessors Quang. Quote. Bok Lin Mon has only one Cantonese monk Kedan. Vuong Truong Toyat was fortunate to meet through Guangdong Nyan. Let Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minjiang describe through Guangdong Nyan's appearance. Paying homage to Master Guang. The monk of welcome to the Qi refining pavilion saw Guangdong Ren, saluted, and spoke 100 words. Guangdong Ren waved his sleeve. His majestic gaze quickly swept over from Wang Changsheng and Wang Mingjiang, and ordered, "The two of you come with me, and apply those two Qi refining period monks." Approaching. After saying this, he quickly walked into the welcome hall. Wang Changsheng and Vuong Minjiang did not dare to be rude, and pressed two monks from the Li family to enter. "Who are you? Where are you?" Guangdong Ren's eyes were as cold as ice from the two Li family Qi refining monks on their bodies, and said coldly. They did not have the determination to die, otherwise they would not reveal their origins in detail. Even if they are from the clan, there are also mollusks. They don't dare to hide. The details inform the origin of Guangdong Ren, but they do not know the quantity of spirit stone mineral reserves, just in charge of mining raw spirit stone ore. After asking, Guangdong Nyan looked at Wang Changsheng and Vuong Minjiang, and said with a gentle expression, "You guys did a good job. Take down this mineral spirit stone, there is no shortage of good places for you. You guys go back first. Remember, this can't be passed on, is it clear?" "Yes." The juniors are transparent. Wang Changsheng and Vuong Minjiang gave 100 words of agreement, turned and left. At this time, a young man with a red rose came in. "Si Feng, when you return to your sect to control 20 cultivators of the Truc Company, let them arrive at the welcome hall, because Master has a very important matter to tell them." Cantonese youth charged with red Sam, said. Out to welcome guests for a long time, Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minjiang saw Vuong Truong Toyat. They chatted for 2 sentences and then said goodbye. After leaving Bok Lin mountain range, Vuong Minjiang frowned and said, "We have made such a great contribution, we will be chased after a few sentences, knowing so early, we are better off staying and exploiting. Where's the ore? Bai Lingman didn't even take down that mineral spirit stone, it wouldn't be strange to give us any rewards, waiting for Bok Lin sect to take down that mineral spirit stone, there should be a reward, it's meritorious." "No reward. Who will work for Bok Lin sect in the future?" 21 Uncle, let's go to the Wang family to have a little talk, how? In any case, Wang Changsheng plans to visit the Wang family for a bit. Vuong Minjiang also did not object and respond. Inside the reception hall, Guangdong Ren was entrusting something with his disciples. "You guys go out immediately, bring me the story of Yin Yujian, invite them to come to the main sect to discuss the big deal. In this play, we are the main characters." "Yes." Disciple obeys. 20 Truc County monks responded with one word, went out to welcome guests. They either released the spirit harp or sacrificed the Dharma weapon, leaving the Bok Lin mountain range. "Teacher, Ling Guang was discovered by younger sister Wang. According to the theory, this spirit stone mineral should be our Bok Lin sect. Why do you want to give Senior Li a bowl of soup?" Cantonese disciple Go Tu Fong raised a question in his heart. "If you eat alone, you can eat brains, but the belly is broken, a medium-sized spirit stone, we Bok Lin sect can't eat it. After all, there is only one monk in the sect. Even if the teacher can destroy the 3-tone Thuk kingdom, the 4-sect Hoang Ton palace will not sit and watch us monopolize a medium-sized lin thatch mineral building. This lin thatch mineral building is a burning sweet potato, whoever dares to monopolize wants to die." Go Tu Fong was awakened and asked, "Teacher, how do you know it's a medium-sized mineral lin thatch?" "Most of all, it's a small model or even a micro-shaped mineral lin thatch. Why don't you go? Take a look at the field and say." The people of the Li family were forced to hand over the large and small ores. They opened 10 ore mines. Several hundred people simultaneously mined for more than half a year. Definitely not a microscopic spirit stone, if it is a small spirit stone. Mineral, that's okay. This is the attitude problem. The strength is strong enough to be able to eat alone. The strength is not enough to eat alone as to find a way to die. You are already a 9-tiered structure. Don't go to this place, run wild. Practice in the sect. Another day, because the teacher slaughters a 3rd-grade monster, making it a spiritual good for you to beautify your body, because the teacher and you cultivate are the same kind of practice. However, you are too thin, you must have good food to eat less. Go Tu Fong heard this, was very touched, and replied in a row. Lam Wei Lake, Vuong Gia Bao. A blue light flew from the horizon, from far to near standing in the sky at Vuong Gia Bao. This place is Vuong Gia's treasure. Wang Chengsheng looked at the place below covered by a large white mist, and thought to himself. The royal family currently controls 4 second-order spirit vein blocks, of which the 3 second-order spirit vein blocks are not far from each other. Unfortunately, the royal family does not have a monk in the second stage. It is said that a monk in the formation of the third stage can use the stage battle of the spirit vessel. Not long after, 2 spiritual lights flew out from Vuong Gia Bao, just 2 cultivators. This place is Vuong Gia Bao. I don't know what the 2 seniors have to teach. The middle-aged man said politely. His face was full of alertness. Under Vuong Truong Sinh, this is my uncle Vuong Minjiang. We have come to visit the fairy Vuong Nguyen Vuong. It turned out to be Senior Vuong. Senior Vuong, wait a moment, this junior communicates. The middle-aged man took out a white jade tray, reached the door, spread the spiritual mark. A magic spell hit the top. Mister, the jade tray was bright. 4 uncles, 2 senior Wangs came to the door to pay their respects. According to a self-proclaimed elder Wang Chengsheng, he came to visit 9 girls. Not long after, a man's voice sounded. Dao friend Wang is our Wang family's co-worker, can't be indifferent, quickly invite them to come over. Yes, Duke of 4. Wang Chengsheng secretly applauded in his heart. It is not surprising that there is a monk Kedan to guard the cultivation of the fairy family, to welcome disciples, and to report the spirit. The middle-aged man took back the white jade tray, rushed to Wang Chengsheng, the 2 of them, and respectfully said, 2 seniors, please follow me. He took out a square blue token, gently flashed the white fog below. A blue light flew from it, flashed, disappeared into the thick white fog. Not long after, the thick white fog quickly dissipated, and a huge castle appeared in the eyes of Wang Chengsheng and Wang Mingjiang. Wang Chengsheng controlled the Lan Lian Zhou, slowly landed outside the castle, followed the middle-aged man in. After midair, they entered a spacious and bright hall. A dignified general, a Confucian student dressed as a middle-aged man, had been waiting for a long time. Seeing Wang Chengsheng and Wang Mingjiang, stepping over quickly, he said with a smile, under Wang Shuyuan, welcome 2 friends to visit. Friend Wang is polite. We have worked together for many years, and I have long thought of interviewing, but unfortunately, the chores are wrapped up, and I can't be satisfied at all. Vuong Truong Sinh knew that Vuong Nguyen was Vuong Nguyen's father. His tone was relatively polite. The 2 of us are now co-workers. Friend Wang, if you don't come, I will have to go up to the class to pay a visit. Vuong Nguyen politely said. He suddenly remembered something and said with an apologetic tone, Dao friend Wang is looking for Nguyen. It's really no coincidence. She went out a few days ago, handle a little errands, in a short time can't get back. Are you out? Wang Chengsheng frowned. His luck was really different. Wang Shuyuan didn't need to be negligent about him. Wang Mingjiang smiled and said, that's really not coincidental. It's okay if the Tianjin order is not there. The 2 of us have cooperated many times. We should have frequented more often. Wang Daoist, you just keep talking. Go. Indeed, the 2 friends have come to our house, Vuong Gia, so they will stay for 2 more days, so that I can have a sincere friendship with the landlord. Then interrupt, fellow Taoist Wang. At night, Vuong Nguyen and Vuong Tu Min set up a banquet to treat Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minjiang. The 4 of them laughed and talked in harmony. Vuong Minjiang repeatedly brought the topic to Vuong Nguyen's marriage above, hinting that the wind was waiting for Vuong Nguyen to be engaged. To make Vuong Truong Sinh happy, Vuong Nguyen also did not have a marriage contract. Vuong Nguyen seemed to be unwilling to talk a lot about this topic, and quickly changed the topic. Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minjiang stayed at Vuong Gia for 2 days, and Vuong Nguyen enthusiastically welcomed them. Taoist Wang, we still have work to do. We'll say goodbye first. Come to the meeting again the next day. Welcome to Thanh Lien Mountain as a guest. Definitely certain. Vuong Nguyen repeatedly agreed, personally sending Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minjiang to leave. Chapter 210. Pointing out the juniors. More than a month later, Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minjiang returned to Thanh Lien Mountain. Wang Chengsheng did not immediately return to his residence to practice, but went to the lecture hall. He did not enter the lecture hall, but at the observation gate. Wang Yaoang gave a lecture to more than 30 people right now. They had the Wang family, and the royal family. Vuong Yuhang's lecture today is the art of Dharma. Everyone listens attentively. A 6-7-year-old man, tall and tall, raised his right hand, wanting to ask a question. Qingchen, what's your problem? Eighth family, I want to ask, which one has the greatest and strongest magical power? The young boy's face showed an attentive look. Theoretically it's thunder-type magic, but there's no strongest magic. Magic is stronger. You have to look at using that person. Magic is good, and the practice is fine. There's no strongest. Just look at it. How to practice that person? Then use the simplest water ball technique to say. Water ball technique combined with ice dong technique, used properly, can also kill an opponent. Wang Yaoang saw Wang Changsheng, charged at Wang Changsheng, smiled and said, Changsheng, why did you come here? Otherwise, would you come and give them a lecture? Wang Changsheng nodded and smiled, entering the lecture hall. You are all very good. I can see that. Whatever you want to ask, just ask. I will do my best to answer. Brother, what is the relationship between the arrangement of the 7 stars and the terrain of the 7 stars and the terrain? What is the most suitable terrain for this formation? Wang Changyu first opened his mouth to ask. I won't do the formation. You still have to ask a little bit about cultivation. There are few people who have started to practice. Regarding the selection of exercises, I can give you some suggestions. 9 Uncle, I call Vuong Ton Bean. My master of the spirit root is the earth spirit root. The first time I practice is the Litho decision. Listening to the introduction of the Bat Tai family, the cultivation speed of the previous stage is relatively fast. But it is relatively slow in the future. The later stage is slow to practice, but it is relatively easy. Slowly cultivate. It is only a matter of time to cultivate to the 9th level of qi refining. I am slightly hesitate. Can you give me a suggestion? A man with a somewhat honest appearance stood up and opened his mouth to ask a question. Everything is beneficial and harmful. Litho's cultivation is relatively fast in the previous stage, but it is slow in the future. Later though Gong is always slow, but there is nothing to calm down. After 18 years of age, just want to go to work. If you practice the Litho art, you can take on a lot of tasks, and struggling with spirit stones will also be quite a lot. Relatively, you may not have too much time to practice. If you choose to practice later Earth Gong, you will work at the age of 18. Your cultivation level will not be too high. You can only do a few simple things. You will have a relatively small amount of spirit stones. Relatively, your cultivation will be. The time will be more. Choose the Litho art. The cultivation speed is relatively fast in the previous stage, but the cultivation speed to the late stage is slow. The cultivation speed is slow. If you choose the later Earth Gong, then your cultivation speed be consistent, stable, and specifically choose which exercise method. You go back and negotiate with your father before deciding. Now it's still time to improve the practice. I understand. I still have to change the practice of the later Earth Duke. I will follow my father's words tonight. Thank you, 9 Uncle. Wang Qingchen stood up and loudly asked, 9th Uncle, which is the most powerful exercise in the clan? I want to practice the most powerful exercise. The most powerful practice. The immortal cultivation realm has a kind of teaching. Sword cultivation is invincible. There is a Qingfeng sword art in the clan, but only the top books can only cultivate to the 9th level of qi refining. This method of cultivation has always been slow in cultivation speed. Unlike Hao Tho Gong, it is still relatively difficult for the Qingfeng sword art to reach the 9th level of qi refining, but once the practice is successful, it is powerful. It's quite large. It's not too late when you go back and negotiate with your parents. Thank you, Ju Uncle. I know, I must practice the Qingfeng sword art. Vuong Ton Sun's young face is full of seriousness. After Wang Qingchen sat down, no one stood up to ask questions. I don't know if they don't dare, there is still no problem. 9 Uncle, I am Qing Qi. There is too little relation in the clan in terms of alchemy. Our ancestors are famous for using alchemy, but I feel like I want to train alchemists, but in the clan that has a relationship with the alchemy aspect is too small. Can you send someone to buy the alchemy book? A young man in his 30s stood up and asked cautiously. Maybe. Your suggestion is not bad. I remember it well, the others are not. Have something to ask. Say it boldly. No one stood up to ask questions. Wang Chengsheng repeatedly asked several times, but there was no answer. Okay, today we only talk about this place. After school, you have to come back and review your homework. Hearing this, they got up one by one and left, and very quickly, there were only Wang Chengsheng and Wang Yaoang left in the lecture hall. 8th Uncle, is there any good seed in this group of clansmen? Immortal cultivation does not have good qualities. They are all quite normal. Truong Wei has a lot of talent in the field of formation. Tan Sun likes to fight. He spends a lot of time practicing magic on ordinary days. Tan Bean does not adventurous, relatively stable. Ching Chi is quite interested in alchemy. Unfortunately, there is no alchemist in the family. Vuong family originally did not have talent in this aspect, and had a Western relationship. There are quite a few books in this category. On the market, there is a side to alchemy, but they are all common products. The content is not very different, and I want to cultivate an alchemist. Master, it's best to have a second-rank alchemist to advise. Vuong Du Heng is neither fast nor slow to speak. Wang Changsheng nodded straight, waiting for Bok Lin Sek to take down the other spirit stone. He asked Wang Changshe to find a second-rank alchemist inside, helping the Wang family train an alchemist. Of course, whether or not you can train an alchemist, you can see the natural talent of the clan. Changsheng, the family will rely on you in the future. Old brother and I can't help you. We can only make things simple. Wang Yaoang sighed and said. Wang Changsheng smiled and comforted. 8 uncles, look at you and say, in which clan is your family member not taught by you? You and your family have spent more than half of their lives wandering around for the family. The people of the clan will always remember them forever. Carefully you. Good. You go quickly. I also want to come back to eat. Wang Changsheng agreed. He went to see Wang Yaozu. Vuong Dutu is already 90 years old. His spirit is still very good. There are no surprises. He can still live for 20 or 30 years. When Wang Changsheng went to Vuong Dutu in the hospital, Vuong Truong Wei was cooking for him right away. Wang Chengyu was 20 years old. She should have gone out to work, but she was considered as the training of the mage, and studying the formation was her duty. Her qualifications, but in the aspect of the array, she has a lot of talent. Cultivating is the Hoang Pham second stage of the Chong Qinggong method, which can range from 1 layer qi refining to 9th layer structure. This practice is simple to cultivate, easy to break through, to supplement weak divine powers, and needs to use medicinal herbs to help practice. Wang Chengyu stood in front of an empty block of land, holding a red array table in his hand. In front of her there was a half-foot-tall red giant peak. The top of the plot was full of fiery flames. Vuong Dutu sat in the stone pavilion, his face full of compassion looked at Vuong Truong Wei. Wang Chengyu has a fat baby face full of seriousness, a layer of sweat drips from his forehead. Use the array to cook rice. Great talent, let's use it. Wang Changsheng smiled softly. As long as it's Chong Yu, I like to eat, so I'll use this opportunity to let her practice more and control the array. Vuong Dutu did not pay attention to speak. In his pampered voice, everyone could hear it. Vuong Truong Wei's magic technique changed. The array of lights in his hand was magnified, and the flame just increased. The temperature was so hot that she took a few steps back. A moment later, a burning aroma flew out from the top of the inner pot. Her spell changed, the flame scattered, she hit the top of the pot with a magic spell, the top lid flew up, steady. Fall on the ground. Wang Chengyu stepped forward quickly, his eyes swept over, turned his head to look at Wang Yaozu, and said a little shyly, Grandpa, the noodles are burnt. You are listening to the story at Audio Good Stories. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the track to receive the latest story collections. Chapter 211. Rain and Wind Rise. Wang Yaozu laughed openly and said, It's okay, just cook it, Grandpa isn't hungry yet. Wang Chengyu smiled shyly and looked at Wang Changsheng. Brother, let's cook a bowl for you too. No need, I just came here to look at Grandpa. Chong Yu, you have to work hard to cultivate, how can you be the 5th level of refining? Wang Chengyu heard that, with a small pout, and absent-mindedly said, My personality is not good, I still have to spend a long time to study the array, not too much time to cultivate. I can have the 5th level of refining, still using a lot of medicinal pills. My cultivation speed is not slow. Which of the 20-year-old clansmen has cultivated to the 6th level of qi refining? Vuong Minh Binh and Lu Tan Nhi are already old. Truc County has a low rate. Vuong Truong Wei's talent is normal, but she has a lot of talent in the first line. In public and private, Vuong Truong Sinh will all help Vuong Truong Wei Truc Co. You are already 20 years old. That is the best age of cultivation. You should spend a lot of time in terms of cultivation. Always relying on pill medicine is not good. If you eat too much, you will have dan poison. Cultivate. B is the key. Entering the foundation stage, you have more time to learn the formation technique. Too old for the bamboo foundation, it's too late to regret it. Wang Changsheng's central language reminded him. His tone was a bit strict. His father and mother stopped the qi refining period, and he did not expect Wang Chongyu to also stop the qi refining period. Changsheng is right. Chong Yu, you will listen to your song, spend a lot of time on cultivation, can't rely on pills alone, wait for you to enter the bamboo foundation period, have a lot of time studying the battle law. Vuong Yu to follow the advice, his tone was relatively peaceful. Good. I knew. Wang Yaozu and Wang Changsheng both said the same, and Wang Chengyu did not object well and agreed. Wang Changsheng and Wang Yaozong chatted for a cup of tea, then left and went to the winery. After Lu Yong joined the Wang family, he began to direct the Wang family to brew wine, and all the work order was completed by others. He was in charge of the most important work processes, never let the Wang family. The clan people observe, this is also very common. His biggest use is to store wine. If it is a member of the Wang family church, he will lose its use value. Wang Chengfeng does not force Lu Duang. For a long time, Lu Duang affirmed that the association would spend a lot of money on mutual benefits. Currently, the Lu Yang Association produces 3 types of first-grade middle-grade spirit liquor, and it is Wang Chengsheng's first time seeing Lu Yang. Lu Yang's body was tall and thin, sloppy, a little messy looking, full of alcohol smell. Senior King, what wind has brought you here? Being able to appear at the Truc Company Monastery's winery, naturally a member of the Wang family, Lu Yang did not dare to be rude, quickly greeted him, smiling brightly. Can you produce more or less spirit liquor flocks in a year? In the immediate future, we can produce 200 herds of Jade Spring wine, 200 herds of Plum Blossom wine, 100 herds of Pure Origin Road. These 3 types of spirit wine are all first-order middle-grade spirit wine, suitable for refining 7 spirits. Monks and below use it. Regularly drinking can improve cultivation. Lu Yang answered in detail. He has more than 30 people to supply him. So long as a large amount of materials are provided, he can continuously produce spirit wine. Well done. Our royal family will not mistreat you. Vuong Truong Sinh encouraged the religion. Lu Duang gave Vuong Truong Sinh a careful introduction to the distillation process, and also gave Vuong Truong Sinh 2 cups of good production spirit wine. The taste was not bad. After leaving the winery, Vuong Truong Sinh gradually went to Che Fu Vien and Che Koi Institute, surveying the island. The number of Che Fu masters remained unchanged. Still 4 people, so that Vuong Truong Sinh felt that it was unexpected that Li Kai Van could actually forge a first-class low-grade flying Fu Bin, according to Vuong Truong Bu Highway. In fact, Li Kai Van's ancestor was a second-class high-ranking Che Fu master, leaving a precious treasure that Che Fu loved. His family declined later. Li Kai Van did not have a large amount of spirit stones to buy practice amulets. Only after the son-in-law of the royal family did he have a chance to practice generously. Li Kai Van female Li Wei Hua is the 4 spiritual roots. In Che Fu a religion has no talent. Li Wei Hua has no interest in Che Fu, but she has a sister Vuong Tan Van, Tam Lin Base. Her qualifications are a bit better than Li Wei Hoa's, and she is quite interested in the technique of Che Talisman. Vuong Truong Bu and Li Kai Van are both Che Fu masters. They plan to focus on training Vuong Tan Van, hoping that Vuong Tan Van can inherit their robes. First order air refiner increased to 3. Within first rank refiner, Vuong Min Mai is at the highest level. She can refine first class high grade Koi Lei Beast. The probability of success is relatively high. Vuong Min Can and Vuong Min Building can also forge first grade high grade Koi Lei Beast, but the probability of success is not high. King Long Swap can refine first grade middle grade Koi Lei Beast. Vuong Min Mai's age is old. The ratio of Truc Company is quite low. The king's exchange with Vuong Min's building is already 8 floors of chi refining, but the king is relatively young. Vuong Truong Sinh thinks and helps the king to change his life. Truc Company, the royal family wants to cultivate a few talented second-order chi refining masters. Firstly, he can earn more spirit stones. Secondly, he can also reduce Wang Chengsheng's burden. He can have more time. Go practice. Wang Chengfeng also started to study chi refining, but his level of chi refining is relatively low, only a first-grade low-grade chi refiner. After Vuong Min Jiang changed his practice to Ku Tui Chan Kin, he hurriedly searched for the spirit of heaven and earth, participated in 2 auctions, and could not obtain the spirit of heaven and earth. After the inspection was completed, Wang Chengsheng went to his mother's residence and talked with her for a while. At night, a family of 5 happily eats in harmony and sits at the same place to have dinner. After dinner, Vuong Truong Sinh and his parents chatted. Lu Tan Nhi and Vuong Du to all hoped that Vuong Truong Sinh would soon get married, especially Vuong Du to. He was old and had a long life. Much, he thought, before he died, hugging his great-grandson. Wang Chengsheng smiled shyly, and could only speak quickly. This trip is not a small harvest. Unfortunately, he and Vuong Minjiang went to Vuong Gia to pay a visit. Vuong Nguyen just went out. Returning to the residence, Wang Chengsheng took out the refining materials and planned to refine a magic weapon from afar. Bok Lin Mountain Circuit, Bok Lin Temple. Guangdong Nyan sat in the upper seat, and Li Haifeng 4 people sat on either side of him. Friend Li, I have personally checked that one spirit stone is a medium-sized spirit stone mineral, reasonably exploited. 300 or 400 years of mining are no problem, the value exceeds several hundred. 10,000 spirit stones. A little troublesome is that spirit stone mineral is located in the 3 kingdoms at the intersection of Van Exa Valley. This spirit stone mineral is the leading discovery by the Shu country. I did not guess wrong. Li family confirming the announcement of the Shu kingdom immortal sect. How do you feel? Cantonese said slowly. They previously joined forces with the nation of Shu to deal with the 4 sects of the Song nation, and now for a medium-sized spirit stone, they are ready to take action against the old allies. The 4 people of Li Haifeng frowned. If it was a mini-figure of the mineral spirit stone, they would still be willing to sit down with the 3 sects of Thuc Quoc to discuss a value of more than hundreds of thousands of medium-sized spirit stones, or even can let them attack the Yuan Ying period. Li Haifeng is already a 9-tiered kettle. One step further is Nguyen An. This medium-sized spirit stone is like a huge plate of cake, hitting his head. Listening to Cantonese people's words, Feng Yu's eyes all became hot. Hundreds of thousands of spirit stones, what is this concept? They don't have hundreds of thousands of spirit stone reserves in one sect, and with this medium-sized spirit stone mineral, they can at least train a few cultivators of Ketan. Friend Guang, are you sure it's a medium-sized spirit stone? Sun Junyan's tone was a bit heavy, and his eyes were fixed on Cantonese. Quang Dong Nyan smiled and looked at Li Haifeng. The royal palace of Emperor Li Tan Sun Li Daoist Li immediately stationed in Van Exa Ward. I invite you to come and see. This point, Haifeng brother can testify. Quote. That's right. Junior brother Li personally went to Wanshi Valley to see. The news is true. Sun Junyan's eyes were clear, and he said in a deep voice. Heaven help us Wei Kingdom 5 sects. This building is a medium-sized spirit stone. It can't fall into the hands of others. I will immediately send troops to take down the Wansara Valley. A medium-sized spirit stone. The 3 sects of the Shu kingdom will not simply give up. This battle is inevitable, but it can't last too long. Tang Guo, Chu Gui staring directly. The war dragged on for too long. If they take advantage of the opportunity to bite us, the loss is not small. I suggest we immediately mobilize the cultivation immortal family, quickly take down the myriad snake glass. Dong Thien Qi suggested. Feng Wei carefully thought about it and said. The 3 sects of Shu will not sit and watch us take down the Wansara Valley. My confidant suggested that the northern Liang and western Jin unite and attack the Shu kingdom 3 sects at the same time. We just need the 2 continents of Yuan Song country and Wanshi Valley and other places, to give it to northern Liang and western Jin. They have no reason to refuse. I propose mainly to mobilize the cultivation immortal family. We in our 5 sects, a part of the disciples are in charge of the war, leaving most of our troops to guard against the Chu kingdom and the Tang kingdom. I agree with Lady Feng's suggestion, but we must go ahead and occupy Wanshi Valley. In this case, we send someone to occupy Wanshi Valley, take the lead to attack the kingdom of Shu. It's best. Killing 1 or 2 monks from the kingdom of Ketan, just like that, convincing northern Liang and western Jin would be easier, and at the same time, strengthening the border guard, especially Chu and Tang, to usurp the West Qi is not long, will not invade on a large scale. Chu country can't say. The 3 sects of Medicine King Valley are all in Chu country. Carefully reason, massively mobilize Yuan Song nation to cultivate immortal family, to prevent the Medicine King Valley 3 sects and them both internally and externally. They negotiated for more than 2 hours, unanimously decided to mobilize the cultivation of the immortal family, to invade the Shu kingdom, and the Yuan Song nation to cultivate the immortal family wanted to volunteer, in order to avoid internal and external externalities between them and the Medicine King Valley. Chapter 212. Recruiting. Shu Kingdom, Single Ancient Gate. Kuk Hung, Deep Don, and B Nam Thien, the 3 main monks of the Ketan period are negotiating for something, each of them looks very dignified. Friend Ku, is the news true? Van Exa Valley really has a medium-sized spirit stone. How did it take so long to not be discovered? Deep Don's beautiful eyes revealed a bewildered expression. Thousands of corpses. Brother Lu personally went to see it. Absolutely not wrong. This spirit stone mineral was originally discovered by the Li family, but the monks of Wei Kingdom also discovered that spirit stone mineral. The Li family originally planned to block the news, but unfortunately, the opponent's strength is strong, the Li family is no match, and fled to our single ancient gate to ask for help. Is there such a coincidence? Also discovered that spirit stone mineral. Ku Shang smiled faintly and said, "This is not important. The important thing is, that is really a medium-sized spirit stone. The Wei Kingdom 5 sect will definitely not give it to us." Wei Nantian frowned and suggested, "Our 3 sects are not rivals of the 5 sects. It's better than us to develop this medium-sized spirit stone mine together. There's no need to give birth to death." Friend Wei, you also said that our 3 sects are not rivals of the 5 sects. How much can we divide from the same place? Old enemies. The 3 Song of Medicine King retreated to Chu Kingdom. The old man planned to unite the Han 3 kingdoms. The 4 dukes of Wei. The old man did not believe that the Wei Kingdom could use one country to oppose the 4 countries. How do you feel? Ku Shang's tone of voice is full of confidence. He is not blindly confident. Currently the Wei Kingdom is the most popular. Other countries will not sit and watch the Wei Kingdom get stronger. This is a medium-sized spirit stone. Is the Wei Kingdom of the 5 sects asking for life? The cardinal agrees. We only need the spirit stone mineral in the 2 continents. The other is divided by the 3 kingdoms at will. Contacting the Tang, Chu, and Han 3 kingdoms needs a lot of time. At this moment, if you want to strictly defend your death, you can't step on the 4 sects of the Song Kingdom, and as soon as you start a war, you will be killed by a monk and a prisoner of several thousand elite disciples. Wei Nantian was a little moved. He suddenly thought of something. With a troubled expression on his face, he said, "We blatantly start a war. If the blame is on the top, how will we hand it over? The above is not tied to our hands and feet. The Wei Kingdom of 5 sect wants to die. Who the hell said there is a middle-grade spirit stone, enough to block their mouths? This is our brotherhood. I promise, I must hold it in my hand." Ku Kung said sternly, his eyes filled with enthusiasm. More than 3 months passed. Very quickly. In the secret room, Vuong Truong Sinh is cross-legged on the top of the bed. His face is a bit pale. A strange shape is suspended in the air. This legal weapon is a small sharp needle. The club is about 2 meters long. The outside is engraved with a moon pattern. The hammer has a large and small watermelon, and the outside is spread with sharp thorns. Finally refined. This Chen Luhuo's idea is really amazing. Wang Chengsheng thought to himself, his eyes filled with joy. There are many wonderful ideas in the Chen Lu Hua refining Qi Lu. Related to Qi refining, this golden moon Lu tin mace is the basis of which a kind of conjecture is refined. The refining method is the main one. Wang Chengsheng rummaged through, but failed once. His refining skills came out. Wang Chengsheng waved a hand, and a small golden mace flew into his hand. Only to see his wrist trembled. The hammer head shot out again, and the hammer head and the mace hilt were directly connected with a long golden thread. The sharp needle of the hammer accurately hit not far away from the body of a maid koi, leaving many white marks on its body. Wang Chengsheng's finger pressed a mace on the top of the moon. The last of the hilt protruded a length longer than the needle, and the club suddenly turned into a needle. Vuong Truong Sinh is a body cultivator. Lam Ban Yen Wei knife is a melee weapon using a weapon, but cultivating an immortal in the middle of a battle method. It is not wise to jump at the opponent, unless you can teleport to the opponent's side. People, Kim Wei Lu Tin Mace makes up for this shortfall. Kim Wei Lu Tin Mace can long-term damage the opponent. The greater the energy, the greater the power. Making full use of the advantages of Wang Chengsheng's cultivation, can also use silk thread to wrap around. Close combat can use a mace to turn into a needle, a weapon that uses a lot. This Kim Wei Lu Tin Mace is the middle-grade Dharma tool, equivalent to 3 pieces of the middle-grade Dharma tool combining the body, the mace, the needle and the silk thread. Wang Chengfeng's voice suddenly sounded. 9 brothers, Chong Shui and a few Bai Ling disciples came to the door and said they wanted to mobilize our royal family. Wang Chengsheng raised his eyebrows, took back the Dharma weapon, opened the door, and Vuong Truong Fong stood at the gate, his face full of melancholy. Deployment. What happened? Wang Chengfeng smiled bitterly and explained. Didn't you discover that spirit stone ore? Listen to Trong Toyat say that the Wei Kingdom of 5 sects intends to invade the Shu Kingdom and mobilize the cultivation of the immortal family to make money. On the line, we also received dispatch orders. I am not very clear about the specific situation. 21 uncles are outside to entertain their friends Su Dao. Entering the hall, Wang Chengsheng saw that Wang Mingzhong was chatting with Su Cheng and a few people, and Wang Chengshe was also there. Friend Bong Dao, to Mo Feng Master Kwang, you must send your royal family to the front lines to fight, at least one Truc County monk, the number of you will decide if you are controlled. When the Truc County monk had an unexpected incident, we Bok Lin sect gave Truc County Dan, as compensation, from a Truc County monk gave a Truc County Dan, set up other rewards. Back in battle, lazy to fight, kill without mercy. Su Cheng saw Wang Changsheng, stood up, and said sternly. Wang Changsheng heard this. He breathed a sigh of relief in his heart. In comparison, the command of the Bok Lin sect can still be accepted by him, unlike the Medicine King Valley of the four sects, relatively harsh, forcing others. On the battlefield, there is no compensation for the death of Truc County monk. Friend Su, must we depart immediately? That's not it. Hurry up. Yes, the life of worshipping Master Guang. You have reported merit. First reward Yuang family with a bamboo pill. After the war ends, the base you established small and great merits, there are different rewards. Su Cheng said, took out a blue wooden box and gave it to Wang Changsheng. Truc County Dan. Wang Changsheng was a little surprised, and quickly opened the wooden box, only to find a bamboo pill inside. Bok Lin Gate is generous enough. This Truc County Dan can completely fight back, although it is said that Bok Lin Gate gave a Truc County Dan, but the last time during the Great War, the Vuong family suffered heavy losses, Vuong Du war death. Friend Su, you've been walking all the way, you're all so tired, first we stay in the royal family, I'll arrange the clan affairs, this is departure. Okay, I hope that Taoist Wang will quickly bring his people to depart. Su Cheng agreed, took a few fellow disciples to leave, leaving the hall with Wang Changsheng 4 people. Wang Changsheng looked at Wang Changshe and asked, Second sister, regarding this great war, how much do you know? Uncle Guang summoned the other 4 leaders to discuss, specifically what I was not clear about, but it didn't take long, and Uncle Guang let me accompany senior brother to back to Thanh Lien Son, dispatching our royal family to the front line. As for other situations, I am not clear, this battle is inevitable. 21 Uncle, big brother, this time I bring 20 clansmen to the front line. You stay in the clan to guard. The last time there was a great war, there were thieves and riots, the 2 of you stayed. Look at the house, I can rest assured. Wang Mingjiang directly shook his head, solemnly said. No, you are our hope, the king, you will not have any problems, this time the great war, I will bring the people to the front line, you and Trong Fong Lu guard. The family has provided and nurtured me for many years, I haven't even changed the family's contribution. 21 Uncle, 9 brothers, I lead the team back, you guys stay. The 3 of them argued for more than half an hour, and finally decided. Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Min Jiang brought 20 clansmen to go. Vuong Truong Phong saved Thanh Lien Mountain, strictly preventing thieves from messing up. After negotiating everything, Vuong Truong Sinh went with his parents to say goodbye, knowing that Vuong Truong Sinh wanted to go to the front again. Lu Tan Yi's face was full of melancholy, constantly instructing Vuong Truong Sinh to be careful. Vuong Truong Wei Some can't leave Vuong Truong Sinh on the front lines. Brother, you must return safely. I will use Xiaoyan array to cook you a bowl of noodles. Wang Changsheng smiled and replied. Okay, brother will definitely return safely. Vuong Min Jiang selected 20 clansmen. They sacrificed Tathua to the high-grade flying La Tool to leave Thanh Lien Mountain. Because of worrying about the family's incident, he was allowed to go to Truc County Dan and gave it to Vuong Min Trung to eat. If Vuong Min Trung entered the Truc County period, it would be considered as an unexpected incident between Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Min Jiang. Wish, there were 3 Truc County monks here, and the royal family did not perish. Chapter 213. Tang Family. More than 3 months later, Wang Changsheng and the others ran to the Wanxi Valley. The Wei Kingdom of the 5 sects abolished the town of Van Exa, and at the location of Lin Thatch, built a huge citadel, and also laid out the array of laws. Somewhere in the palace with a great atmosphere, Li Haifeng, Feng Wei, Tun Quandin, and Dong Thien Qi are negotiating what to get. What does Kukung mean? Willing to give us a medium-sized Lin Thatch mineral. And actively remove the construction at the border of the town. Li Haifeng frowned, holding a simple jade in his hand. I originally thought that I could defeat the 3 Song of Thuk with no time, but I didn't think that the Thuk Quoc 3 Song would remove the building at the border of the town, and at the same time send people to send letters, saying to bring the medium-sized Lin Thatch mineral donation. For the 5 kingdoms of Wei. Hey, this must be a plan to postpone the army. They not only withdrew to build in the border town, divided them with two people's hands, but also withdrew one after another, obviously wanting to preserve their strength. If I didn't guess wrong, the three sects of the Shu kingdom should be the union of the Tang kingdom, working together to deal with us. This news tomorrow is to paralyze us. That's right. Even if the strength of the three sects of the Shu kingdom is inferior to ours of the Wei kingdom of the five sects, it will not become so weak. I am worried that the Shu country will not only unite the Tang kingdom, but also the Chu kingdom of the four sects. Three-toned medicine king. Hu Heng is not a coward for fear of trouble. This is not his style. And also, Western Jin and Western Liang both agreed to leave the army, finished talking about them. If we take action first, if we don't move, they won't go to war. If we wait for Tang and Chu to start invading our Wei kingdom, Western Jin and Western Liang will probably overwhelm us. On the contrary, invades our Wei kingdom. Sun Junyan calmly analyzed and spoke. His tone was a bit heavy. The current Wei kingdom of the five sects is a javelin, having swallowed a medium-sized spirit stone in their stomach. They are unwilling to spit it out. The most important thing is, Western Jin and Western Liang have agreed to send troops. Tam Duke of Shu, if they were to retreat like this, they wouldn't have to take Tai Jin and Shi Liang as monkeys to play with. Maybe Western Jin and Western Liang will join the Shu kingdom to deal with the Wei kingdom. In this battle, the Wei kingdom could not help but fight. Feng Furen and friend Sun are right. In this battle, we don't have to fight. Be careful of the reason. We want to gather our forces to prevent Tang Guo and Chu Guo from sneaking. The battle this guy wants to win quickly. Enlist in front of the Tang kingdom and Chu country to destroy the Shu country. The old man doesn't believe that the Shu country can have an enemy. Li Haifeng's eyes are covered with cold light. He is already a 9-layer Kedan. If he can occupy this medium-sized spirit stone, he has hope. Around a few countries, there is only him. If a cultivator reaches the 9 layers of Kedan, he is a sword cultivator, and he does not put any other monk in his mind. As long as he quickly destroys the kingdom of Shu, using his 9 layers of Dan to shake off, Chu country and the kingdom of Tang could not destroy the Wei kingdom. Of course, his biggest support is the Tai Nyat Immortal sect, protected by the Tai Nyat Immortal sect, and the Hoangton palace is not to the point of being destroyed. A tall young man in a yellow robe came over and respectfully said, Master, the Bai Lingman sent the cultivation immortal family to come. All of the 12 families, according to your instructions, are already safe. Mind down. You immediately go to give orders. Let the cultivators of the 10th clan Truc Co come here. There is something they want them to do. Yes, Master. Friend Li, are you planning to let the people of the 100 Spirit sect volunteer? Li Haifeng nodded and said, This is a mineral spirit stone that Quang Ban Tu discovered. He wanted to stay in the rear to prevent the Tang kingdom. He couldn't go to the front, so he left his disciples with his father. Belonging to the immortal cultivation family volunteered. It was impossible for him to take all the facilities, so the 3 sects of the Shu kingdom must have taken precautions. First, let the people of the 100 Spirit sect volunteer to consume a little of the power of the Shu kingdom. We'll come again tonight. Not long after, Vuong Changsheng, who was more than 20 years old, walked over to the young Truc County monk who was leading under the yellow robe. The juniors pay their respects to the seniors. Vuong Changsheng and others rushed to Li Haifeng and others bowed down, saying a word. The etiquette is to go away. The old man will not talk nonsense. You come just right. We Wei country unites Western Jin and Western Liang. The community destroys the Shu kingdom. You are in charge of volunteering. Public capture the Wei kingdom of the spirit stones, the vein metal mines, and the spirit medicine park. You plunder the things that belong to you. Set up a great public with other great rewards. Go into battle to retreat. Kill without pardon. Now to distribute a little duty. Li Haifeng took out a map, and assigned tasks to each of the clans of the clan. They were either in charge of capturing the Shu clan, or in charge of capturing the metal mines of the Shu kingdom, and Lin. Mineral stones, spirit medicine park, and the fighting method are very different from the previous one. Okay, if you have anything you want to ask, just ask. No problem, let's go. A little early to leave, a little early to return. May I ask Senior Li, can the monks of Shu Gojian take action? Li Haifeng shook his head and said, In theory, it will not, but it is also incorrect. If you encounter a monk of Kedan, you will pray for your own blessings. After completing the task, you will immediately can return to rectification. Senior Li, this quest must be completed. What can I do? Is there a deadline? Vuong Changsheng took 2 steps forward and asked. The royal family received a mission to occupy a base of the immortal cultivation family. In short, their purpose was to kill the monks of the Shu kingdom, plunder resources, and indirectly weaken the power of the Shu kingdom. That's right. Everyone's tasks must be completed. If you can't do it, you want to be punished. For meritorious rewards, for crimes and punishments, there is no deadline. If you want to get rich, you are brave. War sensibility. Remind you. You infiltrate the situation of Shu Kingdom, if your whereabouts are exposed, but there are no reinforcements, so you do your best to clean up 1 point, don't want a woman's heart. Li Haifeng meant to remind. Yes, Senior Li. Li Haifeng answered a few questions and let them go. Returning to their residence, Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minjiang immediately brought up their clansmen, left the city of 10,000 snakes, and went straight to the kingdom of Shu. Hanzhong County is one of the 75 districts of Shu, and Wyong Mountain is one of the 3 great spiritual lands of Hanzhong, which is also the headquarters of the Tang family. The Tang family before the ancestor was a disciple of the Dak County sect, founded for more than 1,000 years, with deep internal affairs. The Tang family had many positions of worship and entered the Dak County sect, which was the Dak County sect that was dependent on the forces. At the time of the rat, it was dark and people were quiet. A few miles away from Wyong Mountain, on a slope of land, Wang Chengsheng and Vuong Minjiang were negotiating what to get. Vuong Minqian and others were on guard. To be honest, if he had a choice, Wang Chengsheng didn't want to deal with the Tang family, but since Li Haifeng personally appointed the task, he could not refuse. 21 uncles. The Shu kingdom built on the border of the town has been removed. The Tang family and the Dugu sector so close, should have also received the news. If I am a monk of the Tang family truck company, definitely the conference will set up a formation. In case the enemy ambushes, like this, I will bring in half of the people to attack, you led people to save, and prepare to respond to me at any time. Wang Chengsheng said solemnly. It was the first time he did this kind of thing, and he had no experience. No, your method is too risky. I will bring half of the attackers in, you stay behind. In case there is no enemy, you take the other team and retreat. Chapter 214. Luo Tian. The 2 people did not fight, and finally decided to attack in the same place. Wang Mingzan hesitated for a moment and asked, Uncle 21, Chengsheng, if it is to destroy the Tang family, how should those low-powered Tang family members handle it? The Tang family has a long tradition of cultivating the immortal family. The inner clan insists that there are women, children, old people, and children. Women's hearts will let us bury the disaster. Senior Li is in the presence of so many people giving orders. The news is difficult to block. Let go of the Tang family. Once when he grew up, it was a great disaster, annihilation of the clan. How could he casually forget a sentence, kill without forgiveness? Vuong Minjiang said sternly. His tone was full of murderous intent. Wang Chengsheng expressed his agreement, annihilated the feud, the Tang clan could forget. After the negotiation was over, Wang Chengsheng released Lan Lien Zhou, took the lead and jumped. Vuong Minjiang and others followed closely behind. Not long after, Lan Lien Zhou entered the sky above Wyong Mountain, and the part of the mountainside was covered by a large array of purple mist. Motor. Wang Chengsheng took the lead, and in one breath, he sacrificed 3 second-order low-ranking crows, Koi Lei Beast and Kim Kwang Specialized. In consideration of safety, Wang Chengsheng has never been near Wyong Mountain, nor has he come down. The monks of Shu country are knowledgeable in breeding poisonous insects, knowledgeable in using poison, from attacking on the mainland. Once the other side arranges an ambush, the trouble is not small. The 3 crows of the Koi Lei Beast opened their mouths at the same time, and they spewed out dozens of red flame spears, flashed and disappeared into the purple mist in the dense fog, as if they were like the sea, with a single sound. No transmission. Diamond specializes in rapidly expanding to a small mountain, large and small, towards the bottom. At this moment, several purple pearls of spiritual light flew out from the dense fog. Looking at it spreading out waves of spiritual energy, it was clearly a Dharma weapon. With a few noises, several purple pearls broke apart, spewing out a large amount of purple liquid, and Vajra specialized in purple liquid, immediately emitting a cloud of white smoke, and the spiritual light quickly dimmed. Down, swaying in the air, a hunch lost its shape, stuck to the local purple liquid, a bumpy piece. Dozens of strange magical artifacts flew out from the purple color in the fog, having above the diamond. Roaring. The spirit of losing diamond specializes in being smashed by dozens of magical items, and dozens of magical items revolve around, straight to Vuong Truong Sinh and the others. At the same time, a clear sound of the enemy's voice resounded, using 1,000 black poison bees to fly out from the dead color in the fog, straight to Wang Chengsheng and the others. Not good, there is ambush. Vuong Truong secretly cried in his heart that it was not good. The Tang family must have taken precautions, or else they would not have just faced and destroyed the diamond special. Dozens of Dharma items. The other party has at least 3 Truc County monks. He didn't hesitate. The spell just pressed. Thanh Lien's light magnified, flew towards the way, and the 3 second-order Koi Lay beast ended. Because Vuong Truong's reaction was quite fast, dozens of French weapons fell into the air, and the magic weapons hit the 3 second-order Koi Lay beasts above, leaving a faint white mark. The purple mist whirled for a while. A purple light flew out from within. The purple light was clearly a face near the staff, large and small. On the purple round plate, 2 men and 1 woman stood above the purple circle, watching them. He was dressed in 3 people, clearly a disciple of the Ancient One. The highest cultivation level is a young man with dark eyes, slightly dark skin, and has an elite disciple of Truc County Luke Ao Thien, and an elite disciple. The 3 sects of Shu had long been wary of this Wei Kingdom move. At many fortresses, they sent people to defend themselves. The Tang family and the Dugu sect had a close relationship. The Doc County sect sent 4 Truc County monks in one breath, and more. 2 Truc County monks in the Tang family, the 6 Truc County monks, and the second-order high-grade formation law. Even if 10 Truc County monks attacked the Tang family, they could not be caught in a short time. It's just that the 2 Truc County cultivators dare to trespass, chase, they must cut their heads off. Ao Thien sneered. The law was pressed, the purple color wheel was exaggerated, and chased after. Poison Ancient Sect Master soon had an order. Each time he cut down a Truc County monk with a skull, he could gain a large number of contribution points. Ao Thien stayed at the Tang family for a few months, seeing the opportunity. When the union comes, he will of course not give up. He didn't fly far away. A sharp sound rang out in his chest. Ao Thien raised his eyebrows, took out a hand about the size of a black jade tray from his chest, and struck a magic spell on the top. An old man's voice sounded. Friends of the 6 Taoists, do not chase enemies on the same road, be careful with ambushes. Friend Tang, rest assured, I won't go too far. You guys work hard to take care of Wyong Mountain, I'll be back soon. After saying this, Ao Thien severed the connection and took back the black jade tray. The older you live, the more timid you become. This statement is not wrong. The 2 Truc County monks are afraid of breaking their bile. Ao Thien looked disdainful and said sarcastically. He is cultivating to the bottom line, urgently in need of a large amount of resources. Seeing that the opportunity to make merit is in front of him, how can he let go? Of course, he dared to chase and leave, mostly relying on the small 4 statues array talisman on his body. This is the 2nd grade high-grade array talisman. The defense is extremely strong. Ao Thien competed in the Poison Ancient Sect, obtained the 28th name, and came to this set of array talismans. Except for that, on his body he brought several levels of 2nd rank attacking the seals. Even if there is no enemy, he can also return with his whole body. Senior Brother Lu, I still look at us carefully, don't go too far, to avoid being ambushed. A man with a delicate face and blue skirt kindly reminded. I know in my heart, quickly catch up with them, don't let them run. Ao Thien Fap just clicked. The purple color of the round plate immediately increased. The speed increased a lot. Wyongshan, what are 2 men and 1 woman talking about? Dao Friend Li. Friend Luke cut off contact. I'm bothering you to contact Friend Chen and Friend Lu. Let Friend Luke go back. Be careful, there's an ambush. A white-haired man, an old man in a white robe, with a face full of worry. He is the mainstay of the Tang family, Tang Jixian, Truc County Luke. A thin middle-aged man shook his head and said, Friend Tang, I am powerless in this matter. Senior Brother Lu decides the matter. No matter how he advises him, it is useless, rest assured, Luke. Senior Brother has great ability. He has fought 3 Truc County monks one-on-one. Each other has been killed and injured. In the 10 years ago intersect competed, Brother Luke got the 28th. Senior Brother Luke, Senior Brother Chen and Junior Brother Lu teamed up. As long as they weren't surrounded by the array of laws, the 6 Truc County monks wouldn't be their opponents. Hearing this, Tang Jixian's face paused for a moment, and then said something bad. On the other side, Vuong Truong discovered that Ao Thien 3 people were chasing him, and a mocking smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. 1 guy on the 6th floor, 2 on the 3 floor trunks. The 3 of them dared to have a plan with them, not knowing life or death. Ao Thien patted the great spirit beast. 2 strange sounds resounded. The 2 ends of the body were more than a jong long. A pair of red centipede feathers rose from the inside. 1 left and 1 right rushed towards the king. Truong Sinh, a group of people. The red centipede wasn't close yet, and spat out two large fireball-shaped water jugs, hitting the direction of Lan Lien Chu. Wang Chengsheng's magic spell just pressed. Lan Lien's light circle increased, quickly lowered, avoiding the giant fireball. The two giant fireballs collided with each other, causing a huge explosion and roaring flames. Chapter 215. Withdrawing. Want to run away? No door. Lu Aotian sneered, turned his hand, and a full-body black mirror appeared in his hand. He aimed the mirror right down to the Lan Lien Zhou just shown. Black light flashed, and a large, dark pillar of light shot out. Wang Chengsheng had already been on guard. The moment the spell was pressed, the Lan Lien Zhou suddenly changed direction, the black pillar of light hit the ground, and there was a huge explosion, and another one on the ground. The one near the staff is large and small, the pit is large, and a piece of heat rises in the tunnel. A few giant fireballs hit again. Wang Chengsheng quickly sacrificed the Zonbing flag, lightly flashed, a large white ice needle shot out, smashing a few giant fireballs. Roaring. Explosions boomed non-stop, flames billowed. Not long after, Lan Lien Chu landed on the ground. Wang Mingjiang sacrificed a blue-colored porcelain bowl, spitting out a piece of blue aura, turning into a giant blue light curtain surrounding him. Everyone. If it was only Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Mingjiang, Vuong Truong Sinh would not need to land on the ground to fight. Seeing Wang Chengsheng a group of people landing on the ground, Lu Caotian was worried about being ambushed and did not dare to descend. His companions released a pair of giants more than 3 feet long, with two giant green wings sprouting from their backs, and rushed towards Wang Chengsheng a group of people. The two-headed giant python opened its mouth and spat out a large piece of black poison mist, the 4 wings of the crickets trembled, and a large piece of sharp wind was shot out. It's the spirit worm again. 21 Uncle, you give me the Dharma protector. The 6 Uncle, you all work together to block those 2 green things. Wang Chengsheng gave an order, and in one breath sacrificed 5 giant condor monkeys, rushing towards the 2 giants. The giant condor koi beast opened its mouth wide, and they spewed dozens of sharp swords of light, striking at the 2 giants. Once in his hand, the golden moon Lu Tin mace appeared in his hand, his wrist trembled, the hammer head shot out, flew out into the street, the hammer head's shape skyrocketed to the size of the room, fiercely hitting the direction. Gemini is a giant. Dozens of sharp swords slashed on the body of the 2 giants, and the 2 giants on the body peeled off a few scales. Seeing a giant hammerhead hit, it immediately wanted to dodge. At this moment, a huge blue light pillar flew over, covering the body of the 2 giants, and the 2 giants were immediately attacked. Stable in midair, the huge hammerhead slammed on its head, it flew out involuntarily. With a loud bang, the hammerhead entered a high mountain in the heart of the mountain, leaving a huge hole in the mountain, and the 2-headed giant python was smashed into a meat pie. Motivator, don't hold back. Lu Aotian's eyes were cold, his hand was magnified by the black small mirror light, spitting out a larger black pillar of light, flashing and disappearing, hitting the blue light curtain above, the light curtain. Very small blue light swaying once. Vuong Mingjiang dedicated himself to granting Vuong Truong Sinh protector, Vuong Minqian and the others in the area of the use of spiritual weapons, magic or seals, temporarily wrapped in 2 green colors. The other 2 disciples of the poison ancient sect, separately sacrificed 3 large magic claws and 4 black flying spears, and attacked a group of people at Wang Chengsheng. Wang Chengsheng sneered, his wrist trembled, the hammerhead shrank, flew back to him, dancing up and down, illusorily turning into a sealed golden wind wall, blocking in front of his body and nails. The magic wand and the black flying skewer leaned slightly near the golden wind wall, a sound of golden iron clashing. At the same time, the 5 giant eagles with 2 wings fluttered and rushed towards the 3 of Lu Caotian. Lu Aotian had a black mirror in his hand, and a large, dark pillar of light shot out, hitting a giant condor loi beast above, and the giant condor loi beast swayed up and down. The 5 giant condor monkeys opened their mouths at the same time, and they spit out dozens of sharp swords and slashed at Lu Caotian 3 people. Lu Caotian's face changed. As soon as the spell was pressed, the purple round plate quickly changed direction, avoiding more than 100 swords of sharp light. Without waiting for them to take a breath, the 5 giant eagles attacked. Lu Caotian raised his eyebrows, flicked his fingers, and 2 purple pearls shot out, welcoming him. Roaring. 2 loud bangs, 2 purple pearls broke, flying out a large purple liquid. The 2 giant eagles just touched the purple liquid, immediately emitting a blue smoke, the face outside undulating, above and below flying, swaying. Lu Cao Thien, the three of them, separately sacrificed a piece of Dharma, cutting two severely damaged giant condor heroes to split 5 and 7. Faced with this situation, Vuong Truong quickly controlled the other three giant eagles to dodge. He released 5 black crows and rushed towards Lu Cao Thien 3 people. Because he was worried about an ambush, Lu Cao Thien did not dare to descend to the ground from beginning to end, unable to show his full strength. Seeing the 8 flying beasts that were flying towards them, Lu Cao Thien secretly cried out in his heart that it was not good. He knew that when he encountered difficult people, his face became dignified. Senior brother Lu, let's retreat. The other party is obviously not an ordinary person. If there are 2 Truc County monks again, we will be in trouble. Vuong Truong can control so many, only the second-order Koi Lay beast, clearly not an ordinary monk of Truc Co. Lu Cao Thien listened to this, hesitated a little, agreed, again sacrificed 2 purple pearls. The law was pressed, and under his feet, the purple round plate was magnified, and flew away along the way. Seeing that Lu Cao Thien sacrificed 2 self-destructive Dharma tools, Vuong Truong Sinh quickly controlled the Koi Lay beast to avoid. Taking this opportunity, Lu Cao Thien and his companions hurriedly withdrew their Dharma tools, and ran away along the way. Their spirit insects also followed, and Vuong Truong Sinh of course would not let them leave arbitrarily. In his hand, the clear glass just shined, flew out a piece of blue light, wrapped a red centipede, hit the hammerhead, and smashed it. Another green and 2 red centipedes accelerated in speed, following their master and escaping. Seeing the enemy retreat, Vuong Minjiang breathed a sigh of relief. If it's a real fight, victory or defeat is still difficult to say. How can the disciple of the single ancient sect stay in the Tang family? It's really strange. 21 Uncle, let's go back first. Vuong Truong pondered and worried, saying that, the Shu country cultivation immortal family is obviously prepared for this. After all, this is the territory of Shu country. In case the Tang family calls for help, then it will be troublesome. Returning, Senior Li also said, let us definitely complete the mission. If we don't complete the mission, we will go back. Can Senior Li blame it? Vuong Minjiang's face showed an awkward expression. You also see, they are not stupid. They defended with one heart, relying only on the 2 of us, unable to capture the Tang family, continue to stay in the Shu kingdom, but for no reason to die. It's not that there is no harvest, at least knowing that the Tang family has a disciple of the Ancient One. I am not wrong. Other places also have disciples of the 3 sects of Shu. This war, no, we think it's so easy. Go back first. Discuss in more detail. Vuong Truong recovered the Koi Lay beast and the magic tool, took away the green color of Noi Dan, and took the clansmen to quickly leave. More than a month later, Vuong Truong Sinh and a group of people returned to the city of Van Exa. Not knowing Vuong Truong's data, other places also had the defense of the Shu Kingdom 3 sects. Many teams fell into ambush, suffered heavy losses, of which the 2 branches lost information, more than half of them. Half destroyed. Chapter 216. From the depths of heaven's will. The royal family is the only team that does not lose hair and hair, and not long after returning to Van Exa City, Li Haifeng sent someone to call Vuong Truong and Vuong Minjiang to ask about them and the Poison Ancient Sect. Disciple combat process. This time, there were no other monks here, only Li Haifeng and Feng Wei. Senior Li, the Tang family has at least 5 Truc County cultivators to guard, plus the array law. The 2 of us can't go on offensive at all. Can you let us increase the human defense? Vuong Truong asked cautiously. This old man has this idea, and will send you 2 Truc County monks. You can negotiate to bring more or less refining monks. In the post-war enemy, the number of refining monks shouldn't be too much. If not entanglement. As soon as Li Haifeng's voice fell, a young man in a yellow shirt walked over and respectfully said, Master, they are coming, Taoist Vuong. Vuong Taoist. It's not the Vuong family. Vuong Truong was secretly thinking in his heart. He knew that the family cultivated the immortal family, only the Lam Wei Ho Vuong family. Let them in. Not coming out of Vuong Truong Sin's data, it was the Vuong family, Vuong Tuanwen and Vuong Nguyen who came. Vuong Tuanwen Jr., Vuong Nguyen pays homage to Senior Li, Senior Feng. Vuong Tuanwen and Vuong Nguyen turned to Li Haifeng and Feng Wei to bow, respectfully sound. Seeing Vuong Nguyen, Vuong Truong Sin's eyes revealed some joy. Etiquette is free. Vuong Xiaoyu, you 2 work together, get into the kingdom of Shu, go on your own to find action targets. In front of those goals you don't need it. Let's go again. The other party will definitely strengthen their defenses. You guys go to attack those targets, just for free, go and choose your own target. Hope you guys can come back next time and bring back good news. Remind you, don't be lazy. Once you find out, you will be severely punished. Li Haifeng took out a blue jade card and threw it to Vuong Truong Sinh. Yes. Juniors obey. Wang Changsheng, 4 people, 100 mouths to answer, stooped and retreated. The 3 sects of the Shu Kingdom are really good at calculating. The garden has no empty houses. The main fortresses have sent disciples to defend. We are testing the offensiveness. The losses are heavy. We also want to send some disciples. I'll sneak into the country of Shu and make some achievements. Otherwise the Western Jin and the Western Lianghui will directly observe below. The first battle was a small loss, and Li Haifeng was very angry. The 3 sects of the Shu Kingdom had no empty house, temporarily abandoned some of the unimportant strongholds, and retreated into the army, obviously having already finished preparing for the war. Humph. Shi Jin and Shi Liang, both countries don't see the rabbit not releasing the falcon. If they don't make the movement a little bigger, they really won't go to war. We will send 5 factions. 10 Truc County period monks took down a few important strongholds and said, the cultivation of the immortal family is really too weak. Well, the war still requires our 5 sects. This old man controls people's hands. In a certain courtroom, Wang Changsheng and the 4 main people were negotiating to attack the target. Taoist Wang, let's see, we continue to choose the Tang family as our target. In my hand, I have a special magic weapon that breaks the array beads. The 3rd order and below the formation can all be destroyed. Until then, we sacrificed the Dharma to kill the monks of the Tang family. Our wealth was 64 cents. We were 6, you 4. Taoist Wang, even if you can destroy the formation, take 6 cities directly, that's too much. The Tang family has at least 5 Truc County monks. Killing them would waste a lot of energy. Power, 64 centimeters can, but we are 6, you 4. Vuong Truong Sinh ha 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 ha. Can't say the same. When the destruction pearl is worth more than 10,000 pieces of spirit stone, you can't buy it with money. It's very difficult to buy. When we kill the 5 Truc County monks, we will also deal with it. Li, on what basis do you hold the 6 cities? Vuong Truong Sinh also refused to give in. Wang Changsheng smiled, sacrificed 8 second order Koi Lay Beast, and said, I can control 8 second rank Koi Lay Beast at the same time, 64 centimeters, do you have any ideas? Vuong Truong Sinh was somewhat unexpected, and with Vuong Nguyen transmitted the sound, exchanged a few sentences and responded. The reason why they chose to attack the Tang family has a relationship with the Dugu sect, who sent 3 disciples to guard the Tang family. The Tang family established a family for more than 1,000 years, and the relationship with the Dugu sect is definitely close. The most important is, the Tang family definitely can't think of it, they will kill a horse spear. Considering the situation last time, the 2 families brought up 5 cultivators. After a cup of tea, Wang Changsheng and the others appeared at the gate of the city, sat on Lan Lin Chu, and flew to the Shu Kingdom. Chu Quoc, Thien Van Mountain Circuit. The 3 sects of the Medicine King Valley and the Wang family formed an ally, located in the Tianyan mountain range. Inside some majestic hall, Tran Hong Thien, Li the Hien, Tru Van Tiu and Vuong Hua Sun are the 4 main people negotiating for something. What? Wang Huashan frowned and hesitated. The last time he sent orders, the Wang family was a little bit annihilated, didn't expect that after a few years of peaceful life, he wanted to fight again. To be honest, he didn't want to join the war, but now he and the Medicine King Valley were going back and forth together, thinking it was impossible to ignore it. The Wei Kingdom 5 sect mobilized a lot of immortal cultivators, gathered in Wanxi Valley. It is said that it was only a small-scale battle, but did not open to fight. It is estimated that it was to guard against us, the 4 kingdoms of Wei. There is a great chance to win. Chu Quoc Tu Tong is worried about losing too much, thinking that it will pull us. Song country is originally our homeland, we fight back is natural. Tran Hong Thien said solemnly. Zhao Yunxiao showed a troubled face and said, but we took an oath with the heart of the devil to not attack the Wei country for 100 years. If we do this, we will progress to the Yuanying stage in the future. Very high. In the past, the 5 sects of the Wei kingdom took thousands of prisoners, forcing the 3 sect leaders of the Medicine Valley to swear an oath not to attack the Wei country for 100 years, only this time they were willing to release thousands of prisoners. Even if we don't have this demon mind, we will definitely be able to advance to the Yuanying period. We hid in Tianyan Mountain in this ragged place, wanting to develop is very difficult. I, worried that we will become the master. The Song Kingdom is our root, and again, we are us with the heart of the devil. The younger sister Lu but did not take the devil's heart. The younger sister Lu, if she is the leader, those who attack Wei, I can't stop them. Seriously, the old man doesn't break his oath. Vuong Washan's eyes lit up and asked, Friend Chen, what do you mean? Let Fairy Lu lead the team. Let's not go. Hearing this, Chen Hongtian felt a bit resentful. If it weren't for the strong enemies outside, many of the monastic Ketan monks would have gained a lot of power. He would have destroyed Vuong Washan long ago. That's right. Last time we were deceived by Tang Guo. Who knows if we can be deceived this time or not? People's hearts are hard to understand. I plan to let junior sister Lu lead the team, represent us to fight, lead 100 foundation cultivators and 300 refining cultivators, the best win, even if you lose, as long as sister Lu returns safely, it'll be fine. Li the Hien frowned and said, Wei Kingdom and Shu Kingdom haven't opened to fight yet. Now invading, this is not a weapon used by the Chu Kingdom 4 sects. We are worried that the Chu Country 4 sect will be used as a weapon. The Chu Country 4 school is also worried that the state of Shu will be used as a weapon. We negotiate, wait for the Shu Kingdom and Wei Kingdom to open to fight. We return to war. We now want to summon people, ready to fight at any time. If that's the case, still. Zhao Yunxiao, 3 people all expressed their agreement. Vuong Washan was also not good to say no. He agreed with his mouth. His heart was full of sorrow. In this battle, the Vuong family doesn't even know how many people they want to die. I also don't know how Wang Shuyuan and the others are. I hope he doesn't want to run into Wang Shuyuan on the front lines. The 4 kingdoms of Wei and Wei are in trouble this time. Maybe they will send Wang Tunwen to the front line. The Great War is about to start. The wind and rain will rise. Chapter 217. The Tang family's destruction. Shu Kingdom, Hanzhong District. At the time of the rat, it was dark and people were quiet. In a certain secret room, Lu Caothin was lying on the ground. The stone room was filled with a large piece of black poison mist. His stomach swelled more than once. His face was swollen. His whole body looked like a giant bridge agent. What he cultivates is the 100 poison hap mo gong. This practice utilizes poison mist miasma to train his body. He has cultivated to the 5th level. No swords and spears can penetrate, and water fire does not invade. Oh. 2 low-pitched screams resounded. Lu Caotien opened his mouth to breathe softly. The poisonous mist in the secret room rushed towards his mouth. His face turned fierce, as if receiving some kind of suffering. He roared twice. The black light on the outside was magnified, and there were pimples on his body. His whole body was like a giant toad. After a loud, wow, sound was heard, Lu Caotien lifted the concave skin on his stomach, slowly returning to normal. His face showed an expression of enjoyment. As long as I have enough Mo Yun miasma, I can't enter the 7-layer foundation without using it for 5 years. Lu Caothin thought to himself. His face could not help but reveal a proud look. As soon as he finished speaking, the stone chamber swayed violently. Not good. Enemy practice. Lu Caotien's face changed. He quickly opened the door of the secret room, and quickly rushed out. Soon, he appeared in a quiet building in the courtyard. In the air, there were 15 flying second-order flying koi lay beasts revolving around, occasionally spewing out a blue light sword, hitting the lower part of the structure. The explosion was incessant, the flames billowed, vaguely intermingled. And a terrible cry. Damn it! How did the Guardian family's great array be destroyed by the enemy so quickly? There is no chance to warn. Not done. Senior brother Lu, the defense of the Great Formation was destroyed by the enemy. A disciple of the ancient sect quickly walked over and said in surprise. Quickly let Taoist Tang activate the second set of formation law. As long as the formation is present, the enemy will not be able to capture the Tang family. Lu Caothin quickly ordered that all of the Wyong Mountains displayed 2 sets of second-order formation, forming 2 encirclements. Slowly, the formation has just been destroyed, and as soon as you face it, you are killed by thieves. Brother Lu, what should we do now? Before Lu Aotian could reply, a giant sphere that spread out sharp needles slammed into it from afar. Not good. Get out of the way. Lu Caotien changed his face, shouted loudly, and wanted to go outside the courtyard. But at this moment, a low voice of the enemy resounded. Lu Caothin heard this sound. His expression was a little panicked. When he regained his composure, the golden giant sphere arrived in the air, quickly. Knocked down. Roaring. There was a loud bang, and the ground shook violently a little. A huge white cloud floated in the air, and 14 people Wang Chengsheng sat above the white cloud. 15 second-order low-grade flying beasts, Vuong Truong Sinh controls 7, Vuong Minh Giang controls 3, Vuong Minh Chien controls 1. 15-second range beasts simultaneously released one intermediate magic, amazingly powerful, plus Vuong Changsheng 4 bamboo monks cooperated, and as soon as they faced each other, they killed 2 trunks. Cultivators and many cultivators. Of course, if it wasn't for Vuong Truong Sinh taking advantage of the breaking formation pearl to destroy the Tang family's defense of the formation law, the 4 of Vuong Changsheng would not have been so easily obtained. The monks of the Tang family were beaten up and could not keep up. Vuong Nguyen and Vuong Truong Sinh sacrificed to the Dharma, successively killing more than 10 cultivators. In order to prevent the other party from having a back, Vuong Changsheng and 4 people did not casually fall to the ground, but planned to kill all the monks and landed. Is it so easy to die? Vuong Changsheng's eyes flashed in surprise, his wrists trembled, the golden giant ball flew up, the academy was smashed, Lu Cao Tian's body expanded into a giant skin shadow, his limbs were lying on the ground. On the ground, the outside was covered in blood, and inside a dreary ruin, a vague set of flesh and blood bodies could be seen. Lu Cao Tian was conceited again, wondering if it wasn't even 15 of the second-order Koi Lay beasts, plus 4 rival Truc County monks. There was a trace of fear in his eyes, and quickly took out the golden seal, about to cover it. He suddenly saw Vuong Changsheng take out a blue mirror, and secretly cried out in his heart that he wanted to avoid it. A low voice of the enemy resounded. Lu Cao Tian listened, only feeling a little panicked. When he had time to react, a large blue light pillar was attached to his body, he only felt his body tighten, and immediately he could not move. 15-second order flying Koi Lay beasts spewed dozens of green light swords, hitting Lu Cao Tian on his body. Even though Lu Cao Tian couldn't move, he could still make a sound. Hundreds of blue light swords hit him. He couldn't help but let out a miserable scream, his body was covered in blood. You can vaguely see the white bone. As soon as Vuong Changsheng lifted his hand, Zan Bingqi shot out, whirled around, his figure skyrocketed, and in a flash he went to Lu Cao Tian in the air. Determined. The moment Vuong Changsheng's spell was pressed, the Zan Bing flag flashed lightly, a large piece of white cold air flew out of the chessboard, hitting Lu Cao Tian's body. Lu Cao Tian's outer body quickly froze and disappeared into a giant ice sculpture. A golden giant sphere slammed down from above, precisely hitting the ice sculpture above. The earth shook the mountain. Lu Cao Tian's body became stronger and was also smashed to pieces. If it was on flat ground, 1-on-3, Lu Cao Tian was not afraid, but he met Vuong Changsheng and Vuong Nguyen from time to time. Vuong Nguyen's French flute can disturb Lu Cao Tian's mental state, affecting his reaction. Lu Cao Tian died at this time. As soon as Lu Cao Tian died, the other 2 poison ancient sect disciples smashed a golden light talisman on their bodies, turning into 2 golden rays, flying in different directions. Vuong Changsheng's wrist trembled, and the golden giant mace spun around, hitting a streak of golden light. Golden light surrounded a yellow-robed young man who quickly flew, feeling that something was flying towards him. His face changed, and quickly hit a second-order Mu Chao talisman on his body. Clear light flashed, a dense blue light did not emerge, and he attached him inside. The golden giant mace smashed above the blue light cage, making a dull, bang, sound. The blue light cage fell, and 3 faint screams rang out. Break, break. Twice, the blue light cage blocked the 2 arrows. The light beam fell, the 3rd arrow hit the blue light cage above, and the blue light cage immediately shattered. The arrow pierced the young man's yellow shirt. The yellow shirt-used body quickly fell to the ground. The body did not fall to the ground. 2 flying beasts flew over, grabbed the body, and headed for Hua Yangshan flew away. On the other side, Vuong Truong Sinh waved his hand, sacrificed a 3-meter-long set of blue-painted shafts. A magic spell hit the top, the drawing axis was deployed in midair, and there was a dense vegetation inside. Dai Sun. On the mountain, there are hundreds of different shaped flying swords. Bai Jian, come up. Vuong Truong Sinh Dharma resolution changed. A magic spell hit the blue color on the drawing axis. The blue paint on the light axis was magnified. A clear sound of the sword rang out. Over 100 different shapes of flying swords from the painting. The inner shaft flew out, hitting another direction of golden light. Vuong Nguyen in his hand, the blue flute, rushed to his mouth, and the enemy's voice sounded gracefully. The speed of the golden light release suddenly slowed down a bit, and the 100 flying swords caught up with it, and let out a scream. At the same time, Vuong Minh Chien and Vuong Minh Giang controlled Koi Lay Beast, killing Hua Duong Mountain and refining monk. Vuong Changsheng's divine consciousness was fully deployed, quickly passing from the top of Wyong Mountain. When he was sure that there was no Truc County monk, he safely descended. According to the agreement, who killed the monk Truc Company, who owned the property, the 6 Truc County monks, Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minh Giang, 7 people killed 5, of course, Vuong Nguyen also came out. With little energy, if it wasn't for Vuong Nguyen using the French flute to harass, Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minh Giang would not have so easily killed 5 Truc County monks. Truc County monk just died, Tang family monk escaped and died. Strangely, Wang Chengsheng didn't see an old monk. Could it be that the Tang family had a place to take precautions to move the elderly women and children to a safe place? Not long after, Wang Ruyan and others descended one by one. 5 Truc Company monastics, Vuong Truong Sinh gave 1 to Vuong Nguyen, and left 4. Vuong Minh Chien prisoner of war, 2 prisoners, according to them handing over, early in Lookout Thien waiting for the disciple of the Doc County sect to enter the Tang family. The Tang family immediately moved the elderly and weak women and children, and left. Where? They don't know. Wang Chengsheng let Vuong Minh Chien and the others search around for a bit to see if they could find something valuable, especially the Tang Jing Pavilion. The Tang family has been here for more than 1,000 years, has a deep inside, and has definitely gathered a lot of good things, especially the practice. The best set of exercises compared to the high value of the spirit stones, the truth of the sea, is an example. To Wang Chengsheng's disappointment, the Tang dynasty pavilion was empty, except for the things on the body of the deceased. There were no other valuable things. The spiritual fields were empty. Obviously, the Tang family had already taken precautions one day. Not only did they not find anything of value, there were 2 people of the Wang clan who pushed out of the great sects of the Cantonese, spewing out a poisonous mist. 2 of the 7 talented clansmen bled and died. 2 Wang when the clan people entered a black earth place, suddenly came out a few large black scorpions, unexpectedly, without warning. 2 Wang family members died in the hands of the black scorpion. Chapter 218. Killing Guang Panzi. When they attacked the Tang family, there were never any casualties, but when they searched for property, 4 people died. Wang Chengsheng learned that 2 people of the clan were in a trap at the office, and after getting angry, he was also a little sad. After determining that there were no other assets, Wang Chengsheng and the others left Wyong Mountain. Before leaving, Wang Mingjiang released a big fire, burning down the building on Wyong Mountain. More than a month later, Wang Chengsheng and the others returned to Wan Snake City. They took out Lookout Tien, waiting for the identity of the disciple of the poison ancient sect, and gave it to Li Haifeng, simply explaining what had happened. Li Haifeng showed approval, smiled and said, "Well done, each of you will reward 1,500 accumulation points. The accumulated points are exchangeable for cultivating immortal resources. You should temporarily go down first. Under rest." Yes, Senior Li, Jr. retired. Returning to the residence, Wang Chengsheng took out Lookout Thien and the others, 21 pieces of magic equipment, most of which were low-grade magic tools, 9 pieces of middle-grade magic weapons, including 1 piece of low-grade flying equipment, magical weapon and a middle-grade defensive French weapon. Vuong Minh Giang holds a flying Dharma weapon. He already has a middle-class defensive magic weapon, this time obtained a middle-grade defensive magic weapon, naturally for Vuong Truong Sinh. Out of France, the second stage of the Fu Tru has 7 pieces, of which the attack type is 5 plates, and the release technique is 2 plates. In order for Vuong Truong Sinh to be excited, there is a set of second-grade high-grade Tu-2222 Van Tat. There are more than 3,000 spirit stones. There are also some refining materials and a few colors of jade slips. In the jade slip, the content was mostly about taming poison insects, and Wang Chengsheng was surprised to find a method of gathering aura in a blue jade card inside. This practice is called concealment technique, with a total of 3 layers, capable of self-contained magical power. According to the introduction of the dictionary, the same monastic class is almost impossible to detect a true poet's cultivation level. This technique is used to the extreme. The poet will not reveal a trace of aura, unless the poet can be seen with the naked eye, otherwise the existence of the poet will not be detected at the same level of monks. This subject secretary art is a supplementary practice. Wang Chengsheng cultivates this practice, can hide his true cultivation base, otherwise each year he counted the number of years, he would advance 1 time. In the small realm, it is very easy for others to suspect that he has the ground item technique. Chengsheng, this subject, hidden news technique, is very suitable for you to practice. Vuong Minh Giang learned that hidden news technique existed, very happy for Vuong Truong Sinh. Wang Chengsheng smiled and said, 21 uncle, the 2 of us have collected 3,000 points, you take this 3,000 points to exchange for some cultivation resources. You can't change heaven and earth spirit water, it's used to assist you in your cultivation. Assist me in my cultivation. If I can exchange the spirit water, how can I enjoy it by myself? Dilution of heaven and earth spirit water is not much use for me. In the market, spirit water is basically diluted. If you get the spirit water of heaven and earth, it's fine to keep it for yourself. Improving your strength is also enhancing the strength of our royal family. In fact, diluting the spirit of heaven and earth on Vuong Chengsheng still has a certain effect, but Vuong Mingjiang's cultivation of the Qihui Shui True Sutra requires the spirit of heaven and earth. Vuong Chengsheng is not good with Vuong Minjiang competes, who said that Vuong Minjiang is his uncle. Vuong Minjiang also understood in his heart, diluting the spirit of heaven and earth for Vuong Truong Sinh still had an effect, but he also needed the spirit of heaven and earth, and Vuong Truong Sinh took the initiative to give it up at this time. To tell the truth, if it weren't for seeing Vuong Chengsheng's cultivation speed so fast, he wouldn't have followed Vuong Chengsheng to practice the same exercises. Even though he said that his divine consciousness was not powerful enough, he shouldn't practice Qihui Shui True Sutra. Vuong Minjiang feels that he can find a powerful spiritual practice, medicine or treasure. Vuong Truong Sinh has been promoted to a small realm in the past few years. Vuong Minjiang wants to say that he does not want to practice Qihui Thai's true scriptures are absolutely a lie. Thank you, Chengsheng. Uncle 21, you politely, this is what I have to do. The two chatted for a while, during periods of residence and cultivation. It didn't take long to live in peace. 3 days later, Tathua found the door, took out Li Haifeng's command, let Vuong Truong Sinh and him escort a group of supplies back to the Bok Lin Gate. Although Su Cheng didn't say it clearly, Vuong Chengsheng also made it clear that it was definitely the escort of raw or spirit stones. If he is the leader of the Wei Kingdom of the 5 sects, taking the spirit stone mineral in front of him, he will also send people day and night to continuously mine the raw spirit stone ore. It is only in the hands of the rich and rich that it is his own, and the Wei Kingdom of the 5 sects does not dare to guarantee that in the future, it will be able to occupy this medium-sized spirit stone mine. Transporting raw spirit stone ore is a relief, and most importantly, it can also temporarily avoid war. Friend Su, the 21 uncle hasn't returned yet, I'll send someone to find him. Su Cheng shook his head and said, no need, you can come back with us together. Senior Li just agreed to let you leave alone. This battle still doesn't know how long you want to fight. Urgently requesting a monk from the foundation, Senior Li is willing to let you and us escort supplies, which is very good. Good. I and the clansman exchanged a few sentences. This one goes with you. Vuong Truong Sinh and Vuong Minqian told a little bit about their direction, gave the 4 second grade koi to Vuong Minqian, and let him transfer it to Vuong Minjiang. Vuong Minqian's mouth was full of response, instructing Vuong Truong Sinh to act carefully. Out of Bantian City, Tathua sacrificed a green painting axis, carrying more than 10 Truc County monks and more than 20 monks, flying towards Bok Lin Gate. Shu Country, single ancient gate. Kuk Hung, Deep Don and B Nam Thien, the 3 main people are negotiating what to get. Kuk Hung frowned, as if he had a difficult job. Friend Ku, Tang, Chu, and Korea say what? Did they promise to send out troops? Western Jin and Western Liang store large amounts of troops at the border, and will invade them at any time. I'm Shu Country, they have to hurry up and go out. Deep Don's big eyelids tightened, her beautiful eyes filled with worry. They agreed to send troops, but there is one condition, we want to lead the fight with the Wei Kingdom of 5 sects, fight small and riot, they won't go to war, to put it bluntly, they are right. Is thinking that we let Wei Kingdom risk your life and death, they are good fishermen and benefit, abacus to fight well. Wei Nantian's face became very ugly, didn't we fight with the Wei Kingdom 5 sect? Wei Guoyan vanguard destroyed many immortal cultivators, we also killed a group of Wei Kingdom cultists. Doctor, isn't this enough? Not enough, they said, at least kill one cultivator, otherwise they won't go to war, to put it bluntly, they just want to preserve their strength, let us volunteer and destroy them. Lose the strength of Wei Kingdom. What, want to kill a cultivator of the Link Dan? Just like that, don't we use the country of Tang, Chu, and Korea as weapons? Ku Shang smiled bitterly and said, the current situation does not allow us to refuse. Shi Jin and Shi Liang are staring at each other. If they send troops to attack our Shu Kingdom 3 sects. Even if it can't be kept, at that time, when the Tang Kingdom, the Republic of Korea, and the Chu Kingdom want to deal with the Wei Kingdom, they will also be stubborn 1 or 2. The immortals will be strong. According to intelligence reports, the Wei Kingdom Wuzong army is at the vanguard. As the 100-spirit sect is dependent on the forces, the old man suggested that we join hands to destroy the 100-spirit gate. From then on, the kingdom of Tang, Korea, and Truc Co will send troops, and the community will punish Wei. Friend Ku, you are determined to destroy the 100-spirit gate. The Tang kingdom, the Republic of Korea, and the Chu country will send troops. In case they don't send out. That's okay. The Bok Lin sect only has one cultivator of the alchemy. Destroy the Bok Lin sect. We will export 2 continents, plus the other middle-sized Lin Stone Mineral High Court, should be able to settle down the emperor. The 4 factions of the Holy Palace were angry, but at that time, we would not cooperate with the country of Tang, Korea, and Chu, but with the kingdom of Wei, the West Liang and the 4 countries of Western Jin, to join forces to deal with the Chu country. People go to cold tea. Bok Lin sect Quang Ban Tu is dead, has full benefits. Hoang Ton Palace of the new 4 sects will not make Bok Lin sect come out. Tan Duong sect is an example. Lady Deep, Bidao friends, we must seize the 5 sects in the Wei kingdom. If Western Jin and Western Liang begin to invade the Shu kingdom will definitely not be able to preserve it. At that time, the Chu kingdom, the Tang kingdom and the kingdom of Tang will be destroyed. Korea insists that the association lives and dies, sitting down to collect fishermen's profits. Yi Ying pondered for a moment, nodded and replied, my body agrees with Taoist Ku's words, but Bai Lingman Quang Banzi is also not good at dealing with this person. This person is extremely cover-up, if he is allowed to let him. If we escape, we destroy the Bok Lin sect, maybe he will take action against our disciples. Lady Yi is right. She wanted to destroy the Bok Lin gate. She absolutely can't let Quang Ban Tu escape, otherwise there will be endless troubles. This is natural. According to the inline report, Quang Ban Tu was not in Ban Exa city, more than half were at Bok Lin gate. We immediately killed Bok Lin gate, 3 against 1, the old man brought him to the town. Told Nu Tien Map, if Quang Ban Tu can survive, the old man's name will be written in reverse. After saying the last word, Ku Kung's face was full of murderous intent. Yi Ying nodded. Good, this matter should not be delayed. Let's start this, because in order to avoid being discovered by Li Haifong and them, we go ahead of Western Jin, enter Wei country from Shi Jin, destroy the 100-spirit sect. Yes, destroy the Bok Lin gate, kill Quang Ban Tu. After agreeing, Ku Kung 3 people immediately set off. Chapter 219. Marrying one enemy Cantonese people. The 100-spirit gate, the Earth Fire Temple, an enchanting fragrance from time to time flew out from the Earth Fire Temple. In the Earth Fire Temple, there is a mouthful of fire eyes, large and small, in the center, which continuously spit out scarlet flames. A large red giant sculpted demon beast surface was placed above the fire eye, and Guangdong and Wu Zifeng 2 masters sat around on the red giant peak. Beside them, there are many green jade tables on display. On the table are displayed a lot of food, most of which are meat. Funger, eat a little more. Don't keep eating. Can't blame you for being fat. We all practice that swallowing spirit transformation great law, but the difference in body shape is too big. If it's not because the master personally admitted, they still don't believe that you are for the sake of his disciples. Eat a lot of points, because the master spent a lot of money to get half a bottle of 3-tier Gao Dragon Essence, making it you. This pot of Long Fong Ka. Don't waste it, not even a drop of soup will be left behind. Cantonese man said with a face, a set of serious acting masters. Go Tu Fong had a sour nose and a grateful face said, Teacher, you are very gracious, the disciple cannot repay you. Teachers, preachers learn how to solve problems. Cultivation difficulty is not high. Eating and drinking is fine. You have to work hard to cultivate, take advantage of early days to enter the Kedan. Period. We 2 disciples work together to develop the Bok Lin sect into the first great sect in the world. Do you have faith? Cantonese man's face is full of dreams, his eyes are bright and sparkling. Wu Zifeng nodded attentively. With faith, the Bok Lin sect will definitely develop into the world's first great sect. Guangdong Ren glared, angrily reprimanded. You clearly don't want to eat quickly. If it's cold, it's not good to eat. After eating, go to sleep, wake up and continue eating. Wu Zifeng smiled shyly, picked up a large block of animal meat, and put it in his mouth. A sharp sound suddenly came from Guangdong's chest. He took out a white jade tray. A magic spell hit it, and a respectful male voice suddenly sounded. Guangdong's senior uncle, Brother Su, they transported the raw ore spirit stone back. No, you let Lu Shidi take care of communication. After finishing work, let Su Shidi go to the Earth Fire Temple. Yes, Uncle Guang. Welcoming guests for a long time, Vuong Truong Sinh was at Vuong Truong Toyot enjoying tea and chatting. Second sister, how long do you think the battle will last? Wang Chengshe shook his head and said, I don't know, I will go to Uncle Guang tonight to ask for love, see if I can send you to the rear, the front line is too dangerous, there are 21 uncles. It's fine now, you are now our family's hope, nothing can happen. Stay in the rear. Before Wang Chengsheng had finished speaking, a deafening explosion sounded, followed by a deafening siren. A sudden burst of voices suddenly resounded. Enemy practice, enemy practice. Wang Chengsheng and Wang Chengshe glanced at each other and quickly walked out. A huge light red curtain attached the entire Bok Lin gate inside. Ku Hung, Deep Don and V Nam Thien were standing in the void, their expressions were cold. Deep Don in hand holding a bright red banner, the upper side of the flag is embroidered with a lifelike centipede. Originally, it was Taoist Ku, I didn't know that the three friends came to visit, and Kwang Mo did not receive it from afar. Guangdong Ren flew out from the red light inside, smiling brightly. Okay, Kwang Ban too, you don't have to act, I give you two paths, one is to surrender to our three sects, and together with us to deal with the Emperor's palace of the four sects, 2, you die, Bok Lin extermination. Ku Kung said coldly. Guangdong Ren heard that. The smile on his face deepened. I choose the third thing, you guys. He opened his mouth, and a dazzling red blade flew out from there and landed in his hand. It is Thon Thien Viam Gao Dao, the first grade high-grade Fap Bao. Spirit of the Heavens. The Cantonese man's hand, the thousand-flame sword, in the hand of the swallowing sword, turned towards the void, the red light flashed, and a red-colored blade chi flashed out, turning into a giant eagle with two wings. Opened and rushed towards Ku Kung three people. Kwang Banzi, since you want to die, then send you on your way and kill. The red banner in Yi Ying's hand gently flashed, and a large piece of scarlet flame flew out from it, turning into a large red centipede, rushing towards the red giant eagle. Roaring. The red giant eagle and the red centipede touched each other, and a large amount of air immediately erupted, and the flames scattered. Ku Kung raised a hand, a set of flashy black umbrellas drew out a flying shaft, a magic spell hit the top, and the drawing axis opened up. Painted with 5 lifelike poisonous insects, purple scorpion, black corn peacock, red giant python, green toad, white spider, poison ancient gate zongzong kai bao, second grade high grade fap bao 5 immortals. Most of the monks in Shu country practice poison gong. In their eyes, the 5 immortals are spiders, centipedes, scorpions, toads, and venomous snakes, but the monks in his country call these 5 types of spirit insects. 5 poisons. 5 immortals. Kill. Ku Kung made a decisive move to hit the black color on the painting axis. A sound of insects rang. The 5 spirit insects seemed to come back to life, fluttering out of the drawing axis, rushing towards Guangdong Nyan. Seeing their aura, it was clearly the third-order spirit insect. At the same time, in Yi Ying's hand, the red banner was magnified, lightly flashed, a large red flame flew out and hit Guangdong. V Nam Thien took out the long bow with a long bow, the upper bow had a lifelike centipede engraved on it. Looking at the wave of aura, it was clearly a second-order middle-grade Dharma treasure. He took out an arrow with a glint of green light, and finally a centipede, and raised his bow and arrow. Collections. 3 sharp arrows roared, 3 arrows shot out, 1 vaguely turned into 3 large green centipedes, the Dharma treasure transformed. In order to kill Cantonese people, the 3 of them used the treasure of the town sect. Cantonese man's face did not reveal the slightest bit of confusion, sacrificed a golden light shining with the command flag. The flag's face was embroidered with a lifelike eagle, clearly a piece of the second order. French products. After Guangdong Ren's outer body magnified the light, the aura quickly rose from the 5-layer ketan to the 9-layer ketan. He grabbed the yellow banner with both hands and gently flashed it, and a large yellow whirlwind flowed out, welcoming it. The yellow whirlwind that attacked and the spirit worms were all blown away. These attacks could not come close to Guangdong Ren. As soon as he pressed his magic technique, the void glowed with countless dazzling golden light, quickly condensing into a large talisman with more than 50 feet long, and a large amount of spiritual markings appeared on the blade's spine, as if it were an entity. The spiritual art of golden gun-slashing demon knife, used in front of his eyes to display the 9 layers of cultivation, and its power was comparable to a full blow of the second-range Dharma treasure. Pei. The huge Thai knife turned into a long pink gold and slashed towards Ku Kung. In the Bai Ling sect, the alarm sounded, and a large number of Bai Ling sect disciples gathered together, their faces full of panic. The 3 cultivators of Ketan entered the mountain gate, and they were afraid that they could not defend. Inside the patriarch's hall, Go Tu Fong knelt down with his ancestor Bok Lin Tu's portrait in front of him, slamming his head 3 times. In the painting in front, there is a rose-colored altar. The upper altar displays a rose-colored jade box. The patriarch is above. Today there is a thief trespassing. Disciple Go Tu Fong is incompetent. Vows to start the Fen Sun Chu Hai battle. Cooperate with the master to stop the enemy. I died from the Bok Lin gate. I gave birth to Bok Lin. Extermination. Wu Zifeng looked like he was dead. He quickly stepped forward, opened the ruby-colored jade box, from which he took out a bright red face of the array table, which was clearly a third-order array. Wu Zifeng's lips moved a few times. The outside of his body immediately turned yellow. The aura from the 9-layer bamboo foundation quickly increased to the 3-layer bonding dan. His hair was also pale. His original face was pure. Covers wrinkles. He chanted the law with 10 fingers, directed the array on the table to hit the number of spells, and the array immediately magnified, showing a flame pattern. It didn't take long. Using the 100 Spirit Gate as the center, the 18 high mountains around the perimeter of the Bok Lin mountain suddenly broke, and a large, red magma burst out. 18 chains of magma quickly gathered in one place, turning into a giant red light curtain, attaching more than half of the 100 spirit mountain veins inside. Early in the formation of the new sect, the Bok Lin sect founded the ancestral sect, and immediately guarded against this day, intentionally outside the mountain range to display the third-grade high-grade law of the Fen Thien Chu Hai array, and so on. Once there is a thieves invade Bok Lin Gate can destroy the enemy by entering this battle. There is a bit of trouble is that in order to exert the greatest power in this battle, it needs to be controlled by the monk of the boundary period. Even if it is Guangdong Nyan who controls the array, it is unlikely that he can kill the 3 Ketan monks. Go Tu Fong is thinking of helping Guangdong Nyan kill the enemy. Chapter 220. Fen Tian Zhu Hai Array. After the Battle of Sun Chu Hai started, the 3 people of Kukung and Guangdong Nyan were all attached inside. A large amount of fire light did not appear, and the temperature of Bok Lin Mountain's veins quickly increased. Outside the 100 Spirit Gate, a large red flame appeared on the ground, and the weeds on the ground quickly turned to ashes. Wang Chengsheng and Wang Chengshe stood on a stone on the square, looking at the 4K Dan monks in the sky from afar. Their faces were full of worry. Bai Lingman is now the support of the royal family, and Wang Chengsheng and Wang Chengshe both do not hope that something happens to Guangdong, but Guangdong Ren has a 3-time enemy. This is evil more and less good. Seeing a large amount of fire light appear in the void, Wang Chengsheng and Wang Chengshe changed their colors. Battle method. What happened? The big formation of the Guardian sect is not all arranged inside the sect. How can it be arranged on the periphery? Wang Chengsheng's face became unsightly. He was trapped in a formation, and it was easy to get injured. Quick, second sister, let's find a place to hide. Wang Chengsheng did not produce a large white cloud at the bottom of the mausoleum. Wang Chengshe was about to stand up, turning his head to look behind the disciple of the Bok Lin sect. These people are mostly cultivators. Without the protection of the cultivators of the foundation, their mortality would be very high. You guys come too. Find a place to hide. Thank you, Master Uncle. More than 20 cultivators followed Wang Chengshe to the white cloud, and the white cloud carried the crowd to a distant place. At this moment, hundreds of red fireballs the size of the room were suspended in the void, emitting a terrifying high temperature. The surface of the Bai Ling sect surfaced with a fierce fire, and the temperature was terrifyingly high. Although Guangdong Ren used secret techniques to increase his cultivation level to the 9-layer Ketan, he still had only one person. The power was silver, and the 3 of Ku Hung increased by 5 3-level spirit insects. Guangdong. Responders are not available. Fan Shan Chu Hai Array. Not good. This stupid kid Funger dares to start this battle. Cantonese man secretly exclaimed not well, frowning. Hundreds of giant fireballs the size of the room hit. Before they were close enough, a heat that was hard to withstand hit the face. Ku Shang and the 3 of them did not dare to firmly support these giant fireballs, and tried to block them. The number of giant fireballs is really large, although they are fine, but 5 third-order spirit insects are not so lucky. Giant beads and centipedes are beaten by dozens of giant fireballs. Hit. The swirling flames immediately covered their bodies. Taking this opportunity, Guangdong Ren in the hand of the heavenly flame Gao sword quickly slashed towards them, and a more than 50 Zhong long red Dao Qi flashed out, and right after that, his spell was just right. Pressed. A large amount of golden light did not appear, turning into a more than 50 Zhong long golden colored knife, slashing at them. 2 groans resounded. The giant seed and the centipede fell from the fire. Their bodies had 2 long cuts on the outside, bleeding continuously, and the giant seed dendrites were killed by one cut. 3 blue arrows come flying from the left. Next year bright red darts will fly from the right side. 3 flashing green light daggers will strike from the front. A few large staff. The small black chi big hand in Guangdong Ren's head did not appear, and quickly patted it down. These attacks destroy Guangdong Ren's ability to retreat, unless he can teleport several hundred feet. Guangdong Ren's eyes swept over a circle of docile expressions. In his hand, the Tun Thien Yan Gao knife waved. A shrill sound broke the wind, and hundreds of red-colored blades flashed out, heading towards the direction. 5 third-order spirit insects slashed at him. At the same time, his body glowed with a dazzling golden light. His whole body became golden, and on his face and on his arm appeared day by day Buddha's rune. A large whirlwind yellow patch flew out from the yellow flag on the upper side of the flag, circling around him quickly. Vajra is the defense of the Vajra indestructible spirit art. There was a loud bang. The golden whirlwind was smashed, and the 10th magic treasure hit the golden light, sending out a dull golden iron clash, and the golden light fell. Over 100 red Dao Qi mostly slashed at the giant grain and the centipede on the body. The 9-tiered cultivator of the 9-layer Ketan culled with a full blow. Even the third-order spirit worm could not stop it. They all unleashed a battle. Screams, turning into scattered points of spiritual light. On the other hand, the 3 third-order spirit insects, although they did not perish, were also filled with wounds on their bodies. On the other side, on the ground, the flame has risen several dozen feet high, the fire has spread to the mountains, and a few small buildings on the top of the mountain have begun to burn brightly. Vuong Changsheng and Vuong Changshe stood on a 700 or 800 jong high mountain. The place where the mountain slopes down was covered by flames, and the temperature was terrifying. A giant curtain of blue light surrounded them. Even so, they could still feel a hot temperature. Vuong Changsheng's face is full of melancholy. Continue like this, without a cup of tea, the flame will burn to the top of the mountain. He is just a monk, can he stop it? In the 3 stages of battle, the large amount of fire light did not appear, turning into branches longer than a jong of a flintlock gun, the number of which was several thousand apricots, and attacked the 3 people of Ku Hung. Ku Hung's face was very unsightly. He did not expect that the Bok Lin gate would display a 3-order formation outside the mountain gate. The moment he pressed the spell, a large black poison mist appeared on the outside of his body, turning into a black high wall, protecting the 3 of them inside. Literary leader squirts sharp chains of flintlock guns to hit, resounding bursts of explosions, and flames billowing. Lady Yi, friend Wei, if you have any killing moves, use them. Ku Hung transmits the sound, sacrifices a flash of Fu True umbrella light, turns into an umbrella light, like lightning flying towards Guangdong Nyan. Yi Ying's right arm lit up with a burst of death light, his jade fingers shot out, and several purple lights shot out. The spirit art of killing spirit is only one. The power can be compared to the first stage French treasure, one blow, extremely poisonous. As soon as V Nantian's magic spell was pressed, a large number of green lights did not emerge, turning into a long spear of green light, emitting amazing spiritual qi. The green long spear turned into a few feet high, green and pink, and struck at Cantonese. The spirit art of Tru Lin injured. Even if Guangdong Ren had a defense of the spirit art to protect his body, if he was hit by this technique, he would be seriously injured if he didn't die. Giant python, spider, and 3-tiered toad, 3-tiered spirit worm, rushed towards Guangdong Nyan. Song Long Hai Tui. Guangdong Ren shouted loudly. In the hand of the 1,000 flame Gao Dao, he attacked 3 3-tiered spirit insects of the void, and shot out over 100 red-colored blades, turning into 2 giant heads. Red color Gao Dragon, swooping towards the 3 3-tiered spirit worms. The 3 3-tiered demon worms were injured before, and as soon as they faced each other, they were torn apart by the 2 sharp chains of the Gao Dragon, and the black axes of the windless shaft burned themselves, turning into ashes. Ku Hung's heart was heartbroken. If he can kill Guangdong Nyan, it doesn't matter if he destroys the treasure, as long as there are enough spirit stones, go to the big town to auction to buy a second order. France is the key. At this time, the umbrella light was less than 10 feet away from Guangdong. An earth-shaking sound echoed, and the umbrella light broke, turning into a circle of dozens of large and small black thunderbolts, covering Guangdong's figure. The 3rd grade high-grade seal of Huyan Sa Loi talisman. The 2 breaths did not come, and the black thunderclouds scattered and could not be seen. Guangdong Ren's outer body, the golden light disappeared, his aura was sluggish, his clothes were ragged, and he continued to bleed. A few purple rays of light in a long red color flew over, and in his hand, the 1,000 flame Gao knife in his hand shot towards the void. You are listening to the story at Audio Good Stories. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the track to receive the latest story collections. End of episode 11.